Chat, my ability to pick video games, which everyone is dying to see, continues to get even sharper. You know, Twin Peaks, fan demo game is definitely gonna bring in the viewers. But you know what? I was like, you know what? Screw it. Didn't care. I wanted to play it anyways. And so here we are. It's not a full game, mind you. It is only like a fan demo, which will probably end up getting shut down by the rights holders. So might as well play it while it's still available. What's Dragoon? Dragoon. But you know what? Just because I find the word Dragoon kind of funny, I'm not going to change it. That's bad. What's bad? This game? Actually, apparently, it's according to the the nice things that I saw written about it. For a fan demo made by a small group of people, it's pretty alright. Fact that it's fan made, sometimes fan made stuff is really good. What are you talking about? You had an interesting day. Tell us about your interesting day. I'll be the judge of that. If it doesn't actually, I don't know, people will say that. They're like, oh, you know what? Had a nice lunch. And like, well, yes, that very, very, very interesting. I don't know. I feel like most of us don't have as interesting day as we feel. You finally watched The Shining. Congrats. Maybe 3 out of 10. You didn't like it. Hey, to each their own. Do you like it? You don't like it. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. I'm going to get shut down into oblivion. It's going to get shut down in oblivion. Well, they do. I will say that the group of people making this are very clear in the fact that they're not making any money from it, and they are not the rights holders. But I don't know how much that'll save them. Have you heard of the Twitch Dev podcast? No. Why should I? Should I have? Is it important to me in some way? Feels stupid and contagious. Stupid and contagious. It feels like you're like trying to write the beginning of a Weird Al song. Here we are now. You know, okay, that's what you're doing. I should have just kept going. You're definitely channeling Weird Al's like parody of Teen Spirit. I hate The Shining. The Shining as well. Wow. Chad is just here to shit all over like classic cinema now. I mean, there's probably all of us who have like, popular movies that we dislike. I myself am not that partial to Saving Private Ryan. I really think after like the first 10 minutes the movie is a bore. But a lot of people are like, oh no, what are you talking about? You hate Saving Private Ryan. It's like the best war movie ever. Is it? Like the first 10 minutes are really good. Apparently I figured out today I'm on the dean's list of my college 2 months after I was done with the semester. The dean's list. Is this a good thing to be on the dean's list? Usually being on a list is oftentimes a negative. What pissed off Elon enough to want to remove the block function? Probably too many people blocking him. If we're being honest. If he probably like had his people look at the metrics of how many accounts have been blocked and was very upset there's a lot. What's up, Lucky? How you doing? Dean's list is basically the honor roll. Okay, then. Well, we have an overachiever in my chat. I don't like those overachievers. They make me feel bad about my own accomplishments. But no, I'm seriously proud of you, man. Keep going, killing it. And I'm not sure what you're mastering or majoring in. What I said mastering in. What am I mastering in? What you're majoring in, but hey, seems like you made a good choice. Hopefully. Is this game on Steam? This game is free and it's on itch.io and it's not even a complete game yet. It's only a demo. Dart, all's well, about to get dinner started, no clue what. How are you holding up? Me, I'm good. I already had my supper. I just made my spicy chickpea thingy. I didn't feel like, I wanted something like full of protein, but also really quick. Because I had way too much sweets last night, and I wanted to like, cut down on that today. So I kept it simple. But now I'm going to be playing... I've actually never watched the Twin Peaks show. Like, I've heard of it as everyone else has, and I know there's lots of stuff that was inspired by it. But a group of people are trying to make an old school Resident Evil style game and using Twin Peaks as their setting. So I figured, you know what, I'll give this a shot. Maybe this will finally convince me to try to play Deadly Premonition, which is another game based off Twin Peaks. Are you of the opinion the first half of Full Metal Jacket is much better than the second half? I know people have that opinion. I'm gonna, like, really upset you by telling you I have actually never watched Full Metal Jacket. I've only seen, like, clips of it here and there. The ones everyone else has seen, like, you know, the most important ones. So I'm likely to agree with you that I probably would only like the first half set in, like, army train, in, like, you know, boot camp. And then everything else after that is like, I can do without. I can stop watching there. But it's just one of those movies that when I was a child, I just didn't appeal to me, so I never watched it. And then when I became an adult, there was just other stuff I was more interested in. I have homework. Now, look, I can't go watching, like, every single movie and TV show that's supposed to have influenced me, but didn't. Because that's a long list, all right? That's a very long list. And I wouldn't expect that of any of you. But then again, I will talk about the things I am influenced by. But you don't have to go out and just, you know, oh, well, Dartigan mentioned it. He got interested in boobs. Well, as a, you know, straight white male, well, I don't know if the white part matters, but straight male, yes, I did. And I've even mentioned the exact moment that happened as well. And it was an odd movie too. They got, you know, like, Under Siege in the cake scene. Ironic you're playing Twink Peaks. All right, everyone, I feel like the word twink is now at saturation. Everyone is now using it. What is twinkish about Twin Peaks? Used to live a few minutes away from where it's set. It's where is it set again? Actually, like I said, I've actually never watched the show. What are boobs? Totally kidding. No, 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 no. That's actually becoming a legitimate question based off the statistics. There's, like, the rise of, like, people who are not having sex and never had it is way up. So eventually we will actually have people like, what are boobs? And they'll be, like, legitimate questions. I'll have to go in search of. They made a Twin Peaks game? Well, no. This is a fan game being made about Twin Peaks without the actual license. So whether they ends up getting shut down or not by whoever owns Twin Peaks, we'll see. But you can right now, it's still available to download and play for free off itch.io. 2 miserable piles of secrets. Also, thank you, Jason Myers, for the 9 months. Twin Peaks, Washington. You're not gonna believe me, but twink was a typo. All right, I'll believe you just because you actually put that in there. If you just come forward as a twink was a typo, actually, I probably wouldn't have. It's all about the presentation of your evidence, chat. You plan on getting Bomb Rush Cyberfunk now that it's out? That's the Jet Set Radio Future spiritual successor, right? Maybe. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. I was hoping it'd be a little bit cheaper. Also, Rakataroshi, thank you for the gift sub. For continuing your gift sub. To be honest, despite the fanfare the show gets, Twin Peaks isn't that good. It's hilariously wild and has more twists and turns, but it's honestly more of a meme than it is a show. Isn't it, like, famously unfinished? It got canceled or something? I just know it became a big hit in Japan, weirdly enough. It inspired Deadly Premonition. And that the show, for like the first season, was like a bit of phenomenon everywhere. And then I guess it was too expensive. I don't know. It just dropped off. There's an entire story arc where the guy who owns the hotel becomes convinced he's a Confederate general and recreates battles. Yeah, I heard that the plot just, like, lurches back and forth. And it's very, like, surrealist. And that's mainly because they would just go with whatever, when they were writing it, they're just like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I know there's also a lot of, like, stuff that was never fully explained as well. Super meta quirky. petty kind of circumstances, and in the writing with a lot of witty deadpan delivery, and just an overall weird vibe. Well, luckily I'm playing a video game version of it, so all that has likely been stripped out. That's what video games are good at, Chad, especially when they're based off something. Like, let's take out all that nuance and complexity and be rid of it. Don't need it. Also, Ghost Wolf, thank you for your 11 months, man. Problems when they were filming the second season and the third season came out after like 20 years later. And well, it's weird to say, wait, they had a third season 20 years later? The reason Twin Peaks tends to get a lot of love is because it inspired a lot of really good media. Lots of directors and writers cite as inspiration, kind of grew popularity. Yeah, it's one of those things that's only gotten more popular, I guess, over time. But you know what? I still wanted to check out the game because for some reason it just caught my attention because it's trying to be like an old school Resident Evil style title, which is like, you know what? I like seeing what people are trying to do with that in these days. So will this work with my PlayStation controller? It will not. I will be playing this with keyboard and mouse then, won't I? Or maybe it will. Who knows? Actually, no, it does. Personally, I was weirded out by the girl who was a valedictorian drug runner, Meals on Wheels, and a prostitute all at the same time. You know what? I need to watch this show because that is one hell of a character description. Maybe I should play it in French. You know, a true language. Alright, you guys either tell me... Oh, wait, they're doing the Silent Hill thing. Start with a flash image. It tells people this will scare you. What is Twin Peaks about? FBI agent trying to solve a murder in a weird Washington town, but everything's weird and kooky. Might need to turn my stream audio down because I have that turned way up from playing Baldur's Gate a few days ago.
Hey, what's up, Doc? It's Laura, in case you haven't guessed. It's Thursday the 23rd, and I'm so bored.
She's dead. Wrapped in plastic.
So they apparently decided, what if we use like actual clips from the show, which means this stream is getting demonetized. But you know what? It's alright. I don't rely on ads anyways. Copyright strikes? Yeah, well, claims usually. Watch this show start to finish at least 3 times for a project I was working. What was the project? So, Greenhood, thank you for your 33 months, man. I actually, I remember, I've technically pirated this entire series. I just never bothered watching it. Yeah, it's like, you know what? I couldn't find it when I went to like try to watch it. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna like torrent the entire series. But I never bothered watching it, even though I still have it on the hard drive somewhere. And as you can tell, they went with, what if we made it look like a PS1 game where the graphics look like they're breathing? We just stealing the theme song? Well, yeah, they've taken it. They're stealing everything, technically. Oh, only 640 by 480. PS filter. Yeah, we'll leave that on. If you see emergency vehicles or a vehicle with lights and a siren, you're supposed to pull over regardless. Well, look at this person who knows how this works. Let's see how society works. Like Silent Hill without the fog. Well, Silent Hill was an Twin Peaks was an inspiration on that too. So, like I said, this is an ongoing. This is only like the demo, as it says there. So, how long it takes me to get through it, I don't know. Hopefully at least an hour, but after that we'll play Legend of Dragoon, which I know is everyone's favorite.
February 24th, 1989. This morning, in the town of Twin Peaks, Washington, a dead body was discovered down by the shore, wrapped in plastic. Covered in blood, too many secrets left hidden under the skin.
How's the audio now, by the way?
A fire burning the flesh in a whisper. This is a story of many, yet it begins with one, a young high school girl known to many in a small community. The one leading to the many is Laura Palmer. Laura is the one. Only a few could stand the sadness, pulling up their tears, holding not to be devoured by the flames. Fire.
Yeah, I know there's
Touched
supernatural
by the
stuff
devilish
involved.
one, it has bared many names, though few could see through its eyes. A few miles from there, across the state line, emerges from the woods a second girl wandering down along the railroad tracks. Dazed, confused, torn by the scars and evil left on her face. Her name was Ernette Pulaski, a desperate call that would echo throughout the darkness.
You're tying me up hot. Isn't he making a new movie, by the way, about aliens or something? Pretty sure I've heard of that. He's got a new project. Oh, look at that transition from film screen to like PS1 graphics. Pretty good.
Entering the town of Twin Peaks. Never seen so many trees in my life.
I like to think if I was an FBI agent, this is what I'd be saying. This would be like a completely weirdo. Agent Cooper.
As W.C. Fields would say, I'd rather be here than Philadelphia.
Mileage.
54 degrees on a slightly overcast day. Weatherman said rain.
You're a female body inspector. Wow, it's an old joke, sir. But it checks out. Kilroy. More or less buggy than deadly. How you been, Kilroy? Feels like it's been forever. Someone made a New Vegas mod based on this show.
You get paid that kind of money for being wrong 60% of the time. It'd be working.
At some point, can we get this Confederate general mental illness? Okay, you guys are quoting shit, and I'm like lost. Why is mileage someone else? Because it just says one word. Oh, email. All right, I do know the Deadly Premonition is based off this game, so he's like doing the same thing. And that, so is he like talking to someone in his head? Been good, man, and has been forever. I've been living a busy life that keeps happening during stream hours. I gotcha. I've actually been thinking of shaking up my streaming time and streaming earlier. So maybe that'll help out.
Mileage is 79,345. Gauge is on reserve. Riding on fumes here. I got to tank up when I get into town.
Yeah, I've been thinking of doing a lot of, like I said, I've been thinking of maybe like, okay, it's time to like start streaming at a different time. Even like doing streams on YouTube, because Twitch has been fucking horrible recently. There's an arc where the character who owns a hotel goes insane and becomes convinced he's a Confederate general and recreates battles in his office. I think the only way to help him is to help him recreate the ending of the war.
Remind me to tell you how much that is.
Lunch.
Lunch was $6.31 at the Lamplighter Inn. That's on Highway 2 near
Here I
Lewis
get like
Fork.
called bougie if I mention like a $20 lunch or like food at a diner. Hey, this is like early 90s shit. There's less inflation.
That was tuna fish sandwich on whole wheat, slice of cherry pie, and a cup of coffee.
How's the life of my favorite small business streamer? Small business streamer? That's a good way of putting it. Been seeing your Dartigan streams channel adding new vids. Well, I usually add them in batches after like every like month. So yeah, everything usually goes up there. Well, I always try to get it up there. I need to actually do another batch of it soon. But I've been good. You know what? I had like a short vacation last month. And 10 I've got like what I guess you would call another vacation coming up at the end of next month, but it's only like for a week. And I gotta travel up north, you know, hit up Boston, then Salem, and then New York.
Damn good food.
Damn good
Diane,
food.
if you ever get up this way, that cherry pie is worth a stop.
Calhoun Memorial Hospital.
Okay. Looks like I'll be meeting up with the Sheriff Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman. Going to conventions or living? No, in Boston. I'm attending a wedding. And then after that, we're just taking the opportunity to go to Salem since it's right next door. And in New York, I've always wanted to go to New York and just you know, some stuff I wanted to see there.
Shouldn't be too hard to remember that. We'll be at the
But
Calhoun
yes,
Memorial
yeah,
Hospital.
vampire and witch hunting. Calhoun Memorial Hospital.
Guess we're gonna go up to intensive
I'm
care
getting
and take a
married?
look at
No,
that
I'm
girl that
attending
crawled
a
down the
wedding.
railroad tracks
Someone
off
else
the
is getting
mountain.
married. Intensive care. Take a look at that girl who crawled down the railroad tracks.
I'm pretty sure I'll be checking into a motel. I'm sure the sheriff will be able to recommend a clean place, reasonably priced. That's what I need.
I like smooth
Clean
jazz over
place,
my narration.
reasonably priced.
Dart's attending a surprise shotgun wedding. Is that what's happening? I'm going to be forced into it.
Oh, Diane, I almost forgot. Got to find out what kind of trees these are. They're really something.
I believe they're called pine. Look at that. Kill. Kill. I don't care if it's a PS1 bird. Oh, here, the old sawmill in town. Well, the old metalworking? I don't know. This man has never been to Washington before. It's incredibly woody here. Well, yes. It is one of the things Washington's known for. I remember this from when you were little. I never saw this show when I was a child. I didn't hear about it until I was an adult. I was only interested in cartoons when the show was airing. Like, no, I just want to watch cartoons. Any adult show came on, I was going to my room to play video games. Washington, land of Seattle, and the rest of the place that isn't Seattle, according to people who live in Seattle. Created by Mark Frost and David Lynch. You know, I'm surprised that no one's tried to do much with this license. You could actually make it into a pretty good game. Hey, new Telltale, whoever owns them or whatever they're about, they might want to hit that up. So, as you can see, it's like, oh, what if we also made it like an old PS1 game? With fixed camera angles. Great hospital in a small town. Sheriff Truman must be waiting for me inside. I don't believe they've added any combat to the game just yet, though. Hey, you know what we don't have in small towns? Hospitals. We have clinics. This must be the Sheriff Truman's car. Yeah, forage in the garbage. Twin Peaks Gazette. Twin Peaks is more than just a spot of pine trees. We all know the darkness of the woods surrounding the town. Today they find another meeting. Early this morning on February 24th, 1989, a dead body was found down by Rocky Lake shore by a man gone fishing. Laura Palmer, young 17-year-old girl, homecoming queen and a true symbol of youthful innocence, whom many of us knew and loved, will now be forever missed. Today is a sad day here in Twin Peaks, and the entire town is mourning her loss. But the morning cold, hiding something else. Ronette Pulaski, a classmate of Laura who was discovered across the state line in a fugue state, covered in bruises. She was immediately transferred to the Calhoun Memorial Hospital here in Twin Peaks. Sheriff Truman, in charge of the investigation, did not comment on the case. An official announcement is expected by the end of the day. Nothing but meth and life flights to the state capital for medical care. Show aired in my country after communism fell. Wow, now that is something. And watching my mother and sister get scared watching it made me so laugh hard as a little. You know, what kind of entertainment did your family get before, you know, communism fell? Was it just like, oh, like here's a bunch of classical? I know like Soviet Union played like a lot of like, hey, what if everyone just really liked ballet and theater? Man, smell those trees. Not from around here, are you? Just got into town. What are you waiting for? Here outside. I'm waiting for someone, a friend. Shouldn't be too long now. Alright, I'll leave you to your business then. Here's a wrapped in plastic picture for the newspaper headline. My little girl. God. My baby. Oh, my baby Laura. My God. I can't believe it. Clearly, someone who's lost a very, very beloved pet. There's nothing like the good old rustic charm of a small potted plant. Come observe the local wildlife of the Ghostwood Forest. If only you like birds, you don't want to miss it. I don't like birds. I like this man. I like this man. That's David Lynch on the poster. Nothing like the good old rustic charm. I didn't know a potted plant had rustic charm. Well, I thought usually like the people have potted plant. I don't know. Missing dog, Cinnamon. Last seen around the old sawmill. You know what? He didn't pour that cup. He just picked it up. That someone left there. Maybe able to save my progression here. You save your... Oh, that's genius. You know what? Coffee is how you save your game. But only in future releases. I'm not hungry for now. Very yellow coffee. Well, maybe they just put a lot of like cream in it. Or maybe it's all espresso. Some Romanian movies, some news about our glorious leader and his visits in other countries, festivals about their achievements, and some cartoons. That's all, and only at specific hours and for a little time. It's not like these days where it's 24/7 something on. You have anyone who's ever like pining for the old days? You know, back in my day, we only watched TV between 6 and 8 p.m. and no... Do you want to sit? Yes, I would like to sit. Well, actually, no. I might activate something. A damn fine cup of coffee. YouTube has actually been recommending me a lot of like very fancy coffee videos recently. Mainly in the form of like YouTube shorts. Of just like people making espresso using like their pressing machines and like $1,000 grinders. And it's like... Okay, I guess there is people who are into this lifestyle. Let me have like an entire like section of my kitchen dedicated to like making the perfect cup. James Hoffman is your favorite. That's actually one of the people I was recommending. Did you get any coffee stuff lately? No, I only ever drink like a bottle of cold brew that I buy at like a local. I don't actually make coffee myself. But YouTube thinks I do. Or thinks I definitely have a growing interest in it. Welcome. See, like I've said, I've primarily been a tea guy. You know, I care more about tea than I like the smell of coffee, but I can appreciate the people who like will spend 30 minutes out of their morning making the perfect espresso. Welcome. Can I help you? Special Agent Dale Cooper, FBI. I'm supposed to meet with the Sheriff Harry S. Truman. Oh, you must be here about those goils. Goils. I feel like this lady would say goils. About those goils. Can you tell me more about those girls? Ronette is a quiet girl, never had the chance to really know her. She was brought here nearly unconscious, all covered in wounds. But the doctor said her condition was stabilizing. The other girl? What happened to the other girl? Laura, she used to be so sweet. Why should this happen to her? When I saw her like that, it was so... Sorry, just too much emotion. We're at the third wave of coffee now. Apparently artisan single origin coffee beans and scientific amounts of grinding and brewing. That, and I've also, YouTube was also recommending me a lot of Turkish coffee where they take like a pot, like a tiny bronze pot, and they stick it into like a bucket of hot sand to boil it. And they just like make it look like they're like just summoning a genie. Like the dude like had like a massive beard on. He's like, just like, come my friend, come and look into the pot. It's like, yeah, I would fucking look into that pot of coffee. It's like, he's probably gonna like summon something in that shit based on his setup. Like he literally looked like a wizard who just like excels in making coffee. I mean, maybe I've always heard Turkish coffee is pretty good, but I didn't know they like use hot sand to boil it. This is the list of the patients recently admitted in the hospital. 9:30 p.m. February 23rd, Ingram Cecil Connor III, fish indigestion. Joffrey Arnold Beck, car accident. Christine Ann Perfect, car accident. Holly Michelle Gilliam, childbirth. James S. transferred from Alchemilla Hospital, problems with his wife. Laura Palmer, death. Ronette Pulaski, wounds and shock. Charles Harden Holly, faintness. Ronald Fergalane, sclerosis. You need to go to a Turkish restaurant. They do this thing where they come around with boiling butter, pour all over your food. It sounds gross. Look, butter usually makes any food better. I will literally melt some butter in my microwave just so I can pour it on my steamed chicken. Fire extinguisher. Use on wood, paper, and textile. James S. to Alchemilla. Silent Hill 2 reference. You know, I was thinking Alchemilla did sound familiar to me. Hot sand has 1,000 uses. Granted, I only know 2 now with the coffee thing. The other is wood burning. I mean, you can heat anything up and transfer that heat to something else. So I guess it's just like interesting to watch a dude like run a pot through like a bucket of what looks like, you know, sand, which I'm guessing it is sand, and he's like, hey, here's your coffee. But like I said, I'm a tea guy. You know what? And I noticed that there's nowhere near as many like tea channels on YouTube as there are coffee channels. So someone with the right skills can make a killing. Chat, tea tubers be a thing. I've been waiting here for 3 hours to think they forgot me. Some reason I looked down this guy's face and I thought Germa. No, it's not Germa. You're some person, you aren't a tea. And you even worked at Tivano once, right? So, you've already got plenty of skills for it. You could be the tea tuber. What is it? Haven't you heard? Who could believe this would happen in such a peaceful town? But I don't want to talk about it. I've got enough problems as it is. Start a tea channel and call it TT Lovers? Okay, come on now. I've already picked out the name Tea Tuber. Could definitely use some hot coffee. Did you see that girl earlier this morning? You mean the strange woman who always walks around with her log? No, silly, that dead girl the sheriff brought in. Oh, that girl. Poor thing. She was so pretty. What could have happened to her? Who knows? She was all covered in blood when they brought her in. Who could do such a thing? What's the other girl they found at the edge of death? What a nightmare. She had bruises all over her body. She couldn't even tell which day it is. She seemed so lost and confused. Hope she'll get better soon. The lamp lady from Alan Wake is a riff on the log lady. Yeah, I've heard about the definitely like Alan Wake was, inspired by it. Wonder how much the upcoming Alan Wake 2 will be inspired by it though. If any. Nothing in the trailer of Alan Wake 2 looked very Twin Peakish. These are the hospital laundry supplies. The laundry detergent has a subtle fragrance of wildflowers and honey. Piles of laundry, they seem to be very busy today. I am so tired, it's like this day will never end. Still so many laundry to do. This might take me all afternoon. All this spinning gives me a headache. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby. This way is for staff only. By the way, I've decided to not watch your stream of it, or video of Alan Wake. I mean, I really want to play that game for myself when I can, so I don't want any... Well, it's perfectly reasonable, man. Don't worry about it. Plenty of people do that when it comes to my streams and new videos. What makes Alan Wake so good? I'm not familiar. Well, it's not the best game. It is definitely a flawed game. And a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't sell all that well. But I enjoyed it just as I like small town horror. I don't know why. I just think small town horror works really well. And it kind of like it scratched a good itch for me. And I've always liked it. So I'm hoping the sequel, and people have wanted a sequel for like, 15 years, so no one ever thought we'd get one, so. Where is the intensive care department? It's on the second floor. Take the elevator from here and it should be the first on your right. So it's nice to finally get one though. Heard it had an interesting game mechanic. Its game mechanic was just you shine the flashlight on things that like burn away the darkness before you could shoot them. I mean, it worked, but a lot of people complained about it. I never minded it because that was the mechanic in the first game. You have a flashlight and you have a gun, and if you want to hurt an enemy, you have to first get rid of the darkness protecting them. The archive room is locked. I should look around. Sheriff Truman's been waiting for me. Oh shit! I didn't shoot. No. Oh, see, it's meaningful, chat. A reflection. Alright, we can go talk to that guy before we go up here. It does sound interesting. I mean, it's very cheap to play if you want to play it. You tried Alan Wake Remaster and you got bored before it really even started. I mean, you do have to get past a certain part in the game. Been a hard day's night. You were here this morning. Wish I wasn't. I'll never forget what I saw, what happened to those girls. My daughter goes to the same high school, you know. I think this kind of horrors could have happened to her. Sorry, but I don't feel like talking about it. I feel like if you work at a hospital, you've probably seen a whole number of terrible things happen besides just a simple murder. So you wouldn't be that shocked anymore. Twin Peaks annual fishing contest. Last year's champion Pete Martell ready to defend his title. This is a small town hospital. They probably don't get too many. To be fair, most small towns don't have a hospital. They just have a clinic, which usually doesn't have like, patient rooms like this.
Sheriff Harriet Truman.
Dale Cooper, FBI. Pleasure.
Good to meet you. Got any trouble finding a place?
No, that should be fine. I came out over Highway 2 near Lewis Fork. Stopped at a little place called the Lamplighter Inn. Had a slice of cherry pie.
Here you have the weakness of using video audio from the TV show and putting into your game. It kind of sounds not right.
The state line. Whole town is really badly shaken up.
Sure, here's a nice quiet place, something like this. Sheriff, let me stop you in the hallway here for just a second. There's a few things that we got to get straight right off the bat. I've learned about this the hard way. It's best to talk about it up front. When the Bureau gets called in, the Bureau's in charge. And you're going to be working for me. Sometimes local law enforcement has a problem with that. I hope you understand.
Like I said, we're glad to have you here.
Sheriff, what kind of fantastic trees have you got growing around here? Big, majestic.
Douglas firs.
Douglas firs. Can someone get me a copy of the coroner's report on the dead girl?
Okay.
The autopsy hasn't been done yet. But I'll take you downstairs to the morgue when we're finished here.
First, tell me about the local flora. I walked past so many doors I now need to check before I go over there. Wait, hold on. Didn't I go upstairs? But I'm very confused. Okay, yeah, this looks the same. Did say it's weird. Well, like I said, I knew it inspired, you know, Deadly Premonition, which also does that weird FBI main character. Though it takes the weirdness to a much higher level. Are you the FBI special agent who came here to help us? It's a pleasure to have you with us. Such events don't happen every day in Twin Peaks. We're glad you're here. Did the sequel to, to that game ever end up being the one that came out on Switch? Was that even good? I heard it was not good at all. Of Deadly Premonition 2. I love fixed camera angle games. I wish there would be like a new modern one. Sort of like how Resident Evil Remake, the first one, back in technically the early 2000s, tried to do that. Like one that's done now with today's technology would be nice. Also, Nurse-esque, thank you for the 29 months.
I'm a guilty man. I failed in every respect. I deserve the harshest punishment for my crimes.
You don't believe that.
Is this from the TV show? Oh wait, is this X-Files? What the fuck?
I believe that I sat in a motel room like this with you when we first met. And I tried to convince you of the truth.
Okay, they're just gonna put everything that's actually inspired by Twin Peaks into the game, aren't they?
But in every other way, I failed.
You don't believe that either.
I've been chasing after monsters with a butterfly
David
net.
Duchovny is like a legit sex addict, isn't he? I just know that Mulder never got any, and was like, that was a part of his character.
Tell me. Not because you were afraid or broken.
Kind of funny, since it's a fan game, they can put whatever they want in without going out of the way to license it. True. It just depends on whether they get shut down by the license holders, though.
I was afraid of what knowing would do to you. I was afraid that it would crush your spirit.
You know, with all the stuff we've had about aliens recently,
Why would I accept defeat?
I'm not sure where to go with that, actually. It just like, it seems like it fits.
Why would I accept it if you won't?
UFOs, you know, I want to believe. How did Mulder not get laid? Because he was a weirdo.
Mulder, you say that you failed.
He was like an outcast, like even at the FBI, like no one wanted to be around him.
And I know you. You can't give up.
He was the opening actor of a softcore porn show on Showtime called Red Shoe Diaries. Who, Mulder? Or David Duchovny?
Why I do it all over again?
Even weirdos they look like that can get laid. Well, true, but it's Hollywood, you know, or like, well, technically TV. Where they have to, like, you have to put that aside.
And what has it gotten you? Not your sister. Nothing that you've set out for. But you won't give up.
Did they put the entire X-Files episode into this or something? It's okay, we got time to kill, chat. I'm honestly
You've always
surprised
had
no
this
one played the X-Files, like, do sound effect we have set up. Like, the perfect time, and no one's like, you know what? Not today. Not today. We have sound effects now? Yeah, I've had sound, yeah. If you scroll down, you see the list of, like, actual sound effects you can play.
I want to believe that the dead are not
It costs
lost,
money? Well, yes.
that they speak to us as part of something greater than us, greater than any alien force. And if you and I are powerless now,
I want to watch all TV shows and
I wanna
movies
believe
in, like, this low-res chunko vision.
to speak.
Like it's a Twitter gif. See, there you go.
Give us the power to save
Thank you, Polycarp. The hero we needed.
Believe the same thing.
You've done what was asked of me for some stupid reason. Why this scene in particular from the show, though? Special Agent, wow. How long have you been sitting on that name just for this moment to now be necessary? Like, you know what? One day. One day. And here I was just talking about how Mulder doesn't get any.
Maybe there's hope.
This is like the only time the Twitch name Mulder will be necessary. Well, okay, that's all of it. Still ain't get technically no, but hey, that's at least close. At least it was close. I can buy a snack here.
With a woman, you can't even catch a ball.
Ironically, that is the truth when it comes to Agent Mulder. Buy cookies. With caramel. Red fruits flavor. Red fruit, chat. You know, famously grown in the ground. Red fruits. Locked. Door is closed. The room looks occupied. It says Dr. Jacoby's office. I can wash my hands here, but man, that's like a drink fountain. You don't wash your hands. I've actually seen people wash their hands in like public drinking fountains, and it fills me with the negative emotions when I see it happen. It's like, you just, ugh. It's one of those things that you get pissed about, but you don't get pissed enough about it to actually say anything usually. So you just like, you know, you give them the stink eye. Like, hopefully you give them the stink eye without them seeing it, because you don't want them like getting upset and like coming after you. So you just like do it behind their back, like, you know, yeah, you know you're wrong. I don't have to mention it. But where do they get the soap to? They're just getting their hands wet. That's enough. It's like, you know, it makes it look clean. That being said, I will take someone washing their hands in a public fountain over some of the other stuff I've come across people doing in public before. Good evening, Special Agent Dale Cooper, FBI. We'd like to see Ronette Pulaski, if that's possible. Of course, she must be with Dr. Shelby in her room. The first on your right behind the desk. Thank you. Like, I will never forget the time I was in a public restroom and some dude, like, I was using the stall because obviously when the stall is available, you take it no matter what, because it gives you a sense of privacy. I was just using the stall, and then this, I guess some dude came in and was like, he like came to the stall, found it was locked, and then just said, screw it. And then started doing what he wasn't supposed to do in the urinal, and I just like booked it out of there. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna be in this room while that's happening. I was like, no, I just literally was like, I turned my head to the wall without looking at him when I had to walk past because I knew what he was doing over there. In a goddamn urinal like a barbarian. I just like, nope. I've never noped out of a room quicker than that. Who would take a dump in a urinal? Some uncouth bastard who just couldn't hold it, I guess. Like I literally could have. I wouldn't have taken me like another like 20 seconds to finish. You're like, no, I was like, well, nope. And I don't think he stopped either. He's like, yeah, I've already started here. Ugh, but yeah. I should see Renette before going this way. That's what happens when you take a stall you don't need. Bear that memory. No, I'll still take the stall. Stall isn't there necessarily for need. It works for both, you know, 1 and 2. You don't necessarily have to, like, only use it if you want to be, you know. Good evening. Finally on time. We're not talking about sex at all. We're talking about someone who was shitting in a urinal when I had to, like, in a public restroom, and I had to, like, nope the hell out. On time for what? On time for your injection, of course. Maybe now we're talking about sex. I don't need no injection. Come on, it won't hurt a bit. Come right here. But what? No, maybe it's the COVID vaccine. You came back. Great, now where were we? Oh yeah, there's no need to be afraid of a tiny little needle. We'll be over soon, I guarantee. Now where is that needle? I want to see what he's watching on television. I could swear I put it just here. That Nicholson, was he in the show? Since I'm an industrial painter, now we've had to have the talk about the probability of me getting injected with paint. Probably not good for you. Miss Twin Peaks calendar, 1988 to 1989. I can guess what kind of pictures are standing behind. I know this guy is supposed to be wearing flannel, but it looks like he's like a sheriff wearing like a Hawaiian shirt to me. Does anyone else see it? Like he's supposed to be wearing like a flannel shirt, right? But the way it's currently rendered looks like he just got back from vacation. So it's really off-putting. Flannel sports jacket, yeah, whatever they're choosing to render it makes it look incorrect. I keep thinking this guy came back from a luau. Like he should be walking around with like a drink with a lot of umbrellas and straws in it. Ronette must be in her room with Dr. Shelby. More trying to visualize a long sleeve Hawaiian shirt, that ain't right. Well, it's Twin Peaks. It's all about what's not right, right? Don't want to bother the doctor is not a good reason. The towers. What is this? That's some big hair energy though. This feels like soap opera. You ever hear the story of the poop knife? I have not.
Since when have I ever needed a reason to do anything?
But Jared's your father.
And Jade's my sister.
And Jade's my wife.
We just watching TV. Hey, they put a lot of work into putting TV shows into this video game.
But Emerald, you know
While she's doing the boss ass bitch thing and having a cigarette holder.
all these financial difficulties.
Never knew Twin Peak had a game not called Indigo Prophecy or Deadly Premonition 1 and 2. This is a fan game that is still unfinished and only just released on itch.io a few days ago.
When she was with him in the hospital.
Jade. Everyone's worried about Jade.
Because people care about her. Because she's a kinds of
Does
loving
anyone out there
sisters,
recognize the
not like
TV show? Because I sure as hell don't.
Not like me? There was a time when you wanted my love, Chet. You wanted like nothing else in this world.
Okay, I get the developers must have figured it mattered though.
our marriage.
The hairstyle is so 90s, very early 90s. What else was also 90s? Sneezing. Dr. Shelby, this is FBI agent Cooper. Doctor, how's the girl? She's in shock, suffering from exposure. Connection with the other girl? Sheriff, any connection to the dead girl? Same high school, as far as we know, they hardly knew each other. No connection. Ronette, condition. What's her physical condition? She's not doing well. Her body has suffered serious physical and psychological injuries. Was she raped? Several times. Well, damn. Damn. Aggression? One perpetrator? We're waiting for the results. I'd like to question her. This girl doesn't even know where she is or if she is. What exactly are you seeing? We need a CAT scan and we are not equipped for that here. My opinion, she may have neurological damage. She's just not responsive at all. Examine her. I'd like to examine her fingers. Get ready to move your fingers. All right. They've already scraped for particles. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. No, there's nothing here, not a thing. No.
No, don't go there. Don't go there.
Ronette. She fainted. We should let her rest. She went through a lot in the past few hours. Sure. What are you thinking about that, officer? Poor girl, I can't imagine what's happened to her. Don't want to touch that food. Needs some rest. Generally, small towns don't like the alphabet agencies. That's really more of a thing that you see in media, though. Like all the media will display like, oh, we can't stand them damn federal agencies coming out here and taking over. I don't think that's actually how it goes in real life, especially for an investigation. Poor girl, I never thought something like this would have happened around here. Any suspect in mind? A couple of small-time kids, but nothing like this. For now, let's go downstairs. Take a look at that dead body in the morgue. How's the stream been so far? How's my stream? It's been great. Chat's energy has been, very nice. Had a long-time member who's been,
Pull him out of the water. Big mouth.
came back today.
Got a big mouth and starts talking to me.
Yes. We've had some very interesting discussions about, certain topics.
Hey.
This man has 2 different colored glasses. Does he think what? He needs to see in 3D. I get it. Harry. Dr. Jacoby. Terrible, terrible tragedy. Yes. This is Special Agent Dale Cooper. Gary Cooper. Agent Cooper. Agent FBI. Right. Dr. Lawrence Jacoby, Agent Cooper. Laura was a patient of mine. Listen, you're on your way to the morgue now. Do you mind if I join you? Yes, I do. Why would you want to? It's sort of against procedure, Doctor. Well, no offense. I thought I could be of some help. You still could be at another time. Oh, I understand completely. Yeah. Oh. By the way, Laura's parents. They didn't know that she was seeing me. Wait, what? Oh, a doctor. Okay. If you change your mind, I'll be in my office. He's a psychiatrist, and do they normally? Okay. That guy is a psychiatrist. Well, the game just said it right there, but yeah, I guess that would make sense why he wouldn't be going to the morgue. All small towns in the U.S. kind of look the same, to be honest, but there's still plenty alright play. I don't think that's true. It really depends on what different small towns can look different in different areas. Like a New England small town is going to be very different from like a more southern U.S. small town, or versus even like a Midwest small town. There's different varieties. Yeah, and there's also like small towns that are vacate or like it also depends on the major industry of that small town. There's like some small towns that are all about like tourism, like seasonal tourism that is, and then you'll have ones that are all about like the local like major business. So, which can also shape how they look. Or their lack of any major business, and that's why they're all poverty stricken. You'll probably go down to the morgue. Some small towns keep motor oil next to cereal boxes and gas stations. I'm serious. Can you think of a better place? I mean, are you going to get them confused? You're going to be extra... They're just sending you a message. You got to be extra careful when you're making decisions. It's like, choose wisely. We were just having a conversation about bathrooms a second ago, actually. Looks like there is something down there. Wait, is this a Silent Hill 2 reference? Reach. I'm not gonna put my hand in it. Yeah, it is Silent Hill 2. Is there someone here? No answer. Even just thinking of Western U.S. small towns, New England towns are pretty cool. Alright, the real question. Can we go into the women's room? This is the ladies' room. Nope. This way. Alright, we'll go into the morgue. Laura Palmer. It wasn't this like flashing light something. I remember reading about this once, the morgue scene, that the flickering light wasn't supposed to be there, but the director liked it, so he left it in. And ever since then, morgue scenes will always have a goddamn flickering light. Sheriff, I'd like to examine her body, and I'm gonna need your assistance. Alright, where should we start? There is a used tweezer. Laura Paul, age 17, sex female, 5'7", 120 pounds, Caucasian, clothed, no. Date and time found, 89, 7 a.m. Last known alive, the day before, usual residence. Next of kin, relationship parents, same as above. Description as to where remains found in contact of body. Wait, Rocky Lake Shore, front and Blue Pine Lodge, wrist, ankles, and upper arms bound with twine, entire body wrapped in thick plastic sheeting, secured with white strapping tape. Body has been in water but is not waterlogged, covered with sands. Did I ever do the autopsy scene in Witcher 3? I don't recall doing an autopsy in Witcher 3, or maybe I did. My memories of Witcher 3 are not great. That's something. Was that like I'm guessing that was something you didn't have to do, as like a side mission? I didn't do a lot of side missions. Let's see her hands. Here. There's something on her left hand, but I can't take it. Imp tweezers? Oh, they even copied Silent Hill's inventory. Holy hell. Need to disinfect first. She's dead. I don't want to get the body like a nasty staph infection. There's a side mission. It was a dwarf autopsy. I don't think I ever did then. Pull your gun on the shelf. You think it works that way? You think I can just arrest an innocent shelf? We did scrape those nails when we brought her in. There it is. There it is. Finally, there it is. What?
Diane, I'm at the Twin Peaks County morgue with the body of the victim. Palmer. Palmer. I got him before the autopsy. Diane, it's the same thing. I told you I had a feeling you'd see this again.
You know, I never realized just how much Deadly Premonition was ripping off this show. Like, I knew it was inspired by it, but this is like like scene for scene almost so far.
What do you got? Ring finger under the nail. Let's see what he left us.
You get a letter R. Suddenly it's turning to Sesame Street. You got the letter R. Oh, that's the count. Never mind.
It's an R.
Apparently serial killers have been on the decline ever since the mid-2000s. Generally violent crime, violent crime in general has been on the decline ever since, like, they took lead out of the gasoline. It's one of those things that they've been studying. It's like violent criminal activity kind of peaked around the time when, like, the majority of, like, you know, the lead was going into the gasoline, but then after they banned it, it's been steadily declining. So I wouldn't be surprised if it has a, you know, plays a bit into it. It's an R.
Diane, give this to Albert and his team. Don't go to Sam.
Unabomber died recently? I mean, he was like in his 80s or something, right?
Albert seems to have a little more on the ball. We need to bag and tag this.
Okay, Cooper. You gonna let me in on whatever the hell is going on here?
Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
Well, you'll have all the time to well, I don't know why I started to read that in like the voice of like King of the Hill, like, well, Bob, you'll have all the time to tell me about this. And I don't know why that was just coming out of me that way. You'll have all the time to tell me about this in the car. If you have anything to do before we leave, now is the time. I'll wait for you outside. What about the other bigger tool here? Can I use that? Go with your gut choice. I mean, yeah, but you know that's too like obvious of the voice. Everyone like, why are you doing King of the Hill voice? What could this letter mean? Damn it, Bobby! What does an R have to do with propane and a dead woman? Maybe it's because one of the recent like voice actors for the show died and remind me of, since we're dealing with a death here. That boy, right? Isn't that that's getting a new season, right? Maybe that boy is like, are they gonna like continue it from the same time, or like there's like years and years later? Uh-oh. Things are about to get funky. Can I channel my inner boomhauer? I can, but usually only if I don't get asked to do it. I'm one of those weird types, chat. If you ask me to do a voice I've previously done, I suddenly can't pull it off. But I usually have to like do it naturally, or else it won't come out. If I put myself in the mindset of like, let me perform this voice I know how to do, and my brain just like, nope, not right now. You're not. Smooth jazz dimension. I wouldn't mind going to that. The smooth jazz dimension. Tell you what, that FBI agent, man, they just come on down the town and boom, bam, 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 and you'll crime solved, man. Yeah, there you go. There's your boomhauer for you. It's that easy. A briefcase, like the one of the man waiting outside the hospital. There's someone here. I was told there was smooth jazz in here. They're gonna have to write off Dale. They'll probably just get a different person to voice him. Ow, that hurts. Ow. Flashing. Ow. I got a flashlight. Not a good time. Where am I? I'm not entering like the world of Persona, am I? Weirdly enough, isn't somewhat of Persona the game's based off Twin Peaks as well? I've always heard that, like they have like a red room dimension. These candles are arranged in a very precise way. Probably Twin Peaks influenced a whole generation of men. It also is very popular in Japan, so it wouldn't surprise me if they take some inspiration for it for, you know, Persona. The statue looks sad. Have I been struck by a smooth criminal? Yes. What am I supposed to answer that? Twin Peaks canned coffee commercials from Japan are great. I've always loved that all of our like big time actors will only do commercials in Japan, so they figure well, the commercials might be damaging to the career in the US. But when it comes to Japan, they'll advertise anything and all things. This is the closest we'll be able to get to you playing a Persona game. Hey, I've played like Catherine, you know. Redmond was asking if Annie is okay. I mean, yeah, that's a reference to a song. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Oh, I don't know why I was doing that. Wow, I fucked that up completely. One, I'm pretty sure I was singing the Alien Ant Farm version, but I was also singing it in a prissy English voice. Like, for some reason, my brain is in a weird mood tonight and wants to ruin every piece of media. Have I seen the weird Japanese game shows? I know of them, and I do know like the most famous weird Japanese show.
What are you thinking about?
Which was like some kind of like Ninja Castle thing is coming back.
A lot of work for us to do in 2 days. They're both full days. So there's not much wiggle room. It's kind of like the firemen, so we just have to tough it out. You know, achieve the stuff.
I want to let you know on Monday, Beverly is going to come visit.
Why do we only have 2 days? We're gonna
I'm not sure what I'm watching, but that is a big TV. We are like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside the dream, deep.
Well, there's a lot of scenes without Beverly. There's a shared train scene. We also restart. We could ban. Now this.
That's like the kind of depth I expect to come out of a really long-term Reddit user.
Well, I know, but the thing is, like, you know, we're not on.
The David Lynch interview. You know, I can actually. I know this is probably another one of those things that makes me seem like a complete cultural Philistine, but I don't think I've ever watched anything from David Lynch. Like, I know of a lot of his famous stuff, but I've never actually watched any of it. I think I've seen, like, brief moments. Wait, isn't, like, The Fly part of David Lynch's filmography? I've seen brief elements of The Fly, too. Okay, this is... Where do I go? Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet are his most straightforward, easy-watching media. Everything else is very incomprehensible art. What has he done recently? I'm not joking, but there's one where they had someone dressed as a mascot running through a real minefield. Sure, it's a real minefield, you say. How would you know that, though? Jack on Netflix, he interrogates a monkey about a murder. Didn't he make Mulholland Drive? I mean, I don't really keep up with a lot of, like, famous movies and stuff, so maybe. There is a gold hard necklace. Will you take it? Yes. What is a door and what isn't a door? I just feel like I can click on any section of the wall and it goes somewhere else. Maybe I put the key here. Oh, I need the other part of it. There's a video online of what? Don't watch Erase Your Head, only David Lynch. Movie I watched and it was boring as fuck, but had to pay attention because it was part of a normal psyche. Yeah, I know about Eraserhead. I know it's like considered like classic cinema though, at this point. Like it's famous. The head is now looking in the other way. You had a really mean ex who was obsessed with Eraserhead in high school? Well, I'm glad he's your ex, since, you know, meanness is not a good thing in it. But, was he... that was a weird thing to be obsessed over. At the end of the day, it is just an old movie. Small globe, it looks like a miniature of Saturn. Do you want to sit? No. I could swear this statue is watching me. Not the same thing. I mean, I guess, yeah, you like what you like, but... But usually high school is not the point in time where you get, like, you know, go avant-garde. Look at his cute cheese wedge nose, chat.
Hello, Ashton.
Pardon me? What accent was that? backwards talking? Okay. Who are you? Or where am I? Who am I? Where am I? This is the waiting room. The waiting room for what? For me. Who are you? Don't you recognize me? Are you Laura Palmer? I feel like I know her. Sometimes I dream of a man in a world on fire. He's filled with secrets.
I'll see you again.
Okay. I'll see you again.
Meanwhile,
You snapped my neck. They even got Julie. Yeah, they paid her to go reprise this role for the fan game. Okay, can you like come work with us on our unofficial project? So how, for those of you who know the show, how well has the game held up so far for it? Drummer ain't even hitting. And look, he's like trying his best as a PS1 character. Give him credit. 8 out of 10 so far. So good. It was made by true fans, they say. It's weird like this show. I'm wearing a new outfit, by the way, to chat today. A weird thing to mention, I know, but there are some oddities in my outfit. I got the pants while they were on sale, but they were like, the only size they had was like 2 inches longer in the leg than I normally wear. So I got them rolled up when I'm not wearing shoes. Y'all, so it gives me that extra like weird look. But I'm also braceleted up. Yeah, I got a bead bracelet on. I don't know why I just grabbed one. But you know what? Put a bead bracelet on it for once in your life. You got pants on? Disappointed, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I'm wearing pants. They are nice pants though. I got them for like 50 bucks and they normally like over 140 because they're on sale. Because there's like eliminating stock. So, I mean, I had to accept them being slightly longer in the leg than I normally would wear. What color is the bracelet? It's like black volcanic like beads and then for most of it, and then there's just like more like jade beads at the top. I'm assuming they're like volcanic. They're all pitted and everything else, so they're not like smooth. But then you get this like 5 or 6 smooth ones at the top. Kept given them at music festival. No, that's pretty normal at a music festival. Ooh, that's so dope. Like I said, I've never actually been a bracelet wearer before, like for like even like beaded stuff. It's like, you know what? Gotta accessorize every once in a while. And the shirt and pants I got, they kind of go pretty well with it. And with the size of my forearms recently, it looks extra. I don't know. There's something about if you got right size forearms, a bead bracelet can look pretty good on them. That's a belief I've always kind of held. I don't know why, it just does. It's pretty neat. I am full of neat conversations, aren't I? I think this might be the end of the demo, so we're probably playing Legend of Dragoon soon, by the way. Thank you for playing. No idea when we'll get the next part of it, though. Maybe soon? Considering they're going for a PS1 Resident Evil style, it didn't take them too long. Wait, what? This is what to expect in part 2, chat. You'll actually get to use the gun. How's the FF16 vid coming along? Well, like I said, I'm probably going to make it into at least 2 videos. The game itself is just too big to probably fit into one video and have it be reasonable length. So I'm essentially now done with the rough draft of the first video, and I'm now finalizing the script for it. So that's where that currently stands. You know there is a book called L.A. Noire? No, I did not, but I know there's something of a game called L.A. Noire. Is it like based off the game? Or is it completely nothing to do with it? Aren't they going to release the Twin Peaks rail shooter arcade machine like they did with Silent Hill? Well. Wait, wasn't that a pachinko machine game? I know Konami made a pachinko game. Oh, look at the gameplay itself now. So, chat, you up for Legend of Dragoon now, since I was only an hour and 30 minutes of stream so far? They also made a light gun rail shooter for Silent Hill. Yeah. I do know of it, but I don't know much about it other than it's kind of crap. But then again, there's a Resident Evil light gun game. There's a couple of Resident Evil light gun games. Actually, weirdly, a lot of horror games, if they're popular enough, will eventually get a light gun game. I don't know why that is a trend. I went to Phil of Twin Peaks and check out Deadly Premonition. I know. I've tried to play Deadly Premonition. It isn't... The only way I'll ever playing the game is if I get the Xbox 360 version, because every other version of that game does not work for me. Like, I owned it on PC. It doesn't work on my computer. Apparently there's like a new Switch version of it that also barely functions even on the Switch. So if you want to play... Deadly Premonition, you pretty much have to get an Xbox 360 copy. And so that's what eventually... But the thing is, I can't really get my Xbox 360 to work with my capture card anymore. Story for Silent Hill the Arcade is neat, but not a creeping dread kind of... I mean, it's a light gun game. You can't really have creeping horror in a, light gun game. Or horror in general, I feel. Deadly Premonition, the ghost detective game. Basically this, but weirder. But yeah. Is Deadly Premonition the ghost detective game? Well, it's really just a Japanese developer making his own version of Twin Peaks, but making it weirder. But it follows along pretty closely from what I know of it. But it's one of those things that's a cult classic video game. And at some point I do need to play it, even though it plays like ass. Baldur's Gate 3 Game Sins win. My god, man. My god, man. You want me to die, don't you? Hold on, chat, I got a text. Real quick, and then we'll get to the next game we're playing tonight. Hey, so... Are you doing an FF16 game since? Yeah, I'm currently working on it. It's just taking a while because that game is fucking long. But I'm like, like I said, it's probably gonna take me 2 videos, sort of like the Kingdom Hearts stuff before, where I split it into 2. And the rough draft for the first one is already completed. Alright, so chat, we're gonna play Legend of Dragoon now. I know we all love Legend of Dragoon. Who doesn't like a good, cheesy JRPG? But that's all of Twin Peaks of the night. Still waiting for Kate to open her P.O. box? I mean, well, you might be waiting a while. Might be waiting a while. Alright. So, let me switch over to this. So I'm going from one PS1 looking game chat to another. This transition could not be any smoother, and I hope you appreciate it. I didn't even intentionally plan that, it just kind of worked out that way. Look at that. Perfect. Did you ever set your VR stuff back up? I mean, my VR stuff is set up, there hasn't really been anything on VR really worth playing recently, outside of like a kayaking game that I own, and apparently I just haven't bothered playing yet. Yeah, that's like the problem. VR is very interesting to me, but no one wants to make games for it that are like good games. You got back on the Discord server today? Hey, congrats, glad to have you back. But eventually I'm sure there'll be good VR stuff again. I mean, I'd just be playing like Half-Life Alyx VR mods though if I start doing more VR stuff. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're immediately in like a boss fight, aren't we? I just need to go buy stuff before I get into it because she kicked my ass last time. And yeah, I need to do 2 things. I need to buy health kits and I need to get my Dragoon meter built up before I get into the fight. Speaking of the levitation of Half-Life Alyx mod, the levitation Half-Life Alyx mod is out, fully fledged, like 5-hour campaign. Oh. Interesting. Princess Emil, why are you here? I thought you'd... Just let me leave. No, my ceremony has not started yet. And the Princess Emil in the chamber is not... You are right. I am the true Princess Emily. I am about to reveal everything. Oh, I cannot get up. Just so overcome with happiness. Oh, you are exaggerating. Shall we, Dart? No, I need to go buy health kits. Otherwise I'm going to die again. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners looked interesting. I thought about getting that multiple times, but then I just like decided against it. Maybe eventually. Is this Disc 3? This is actually the end of Disc 2. Once we beat the boss here. Do I need healing? Everyone's healed up. I just need to go... I need to buy health kits. I need to get my dragon meters built up before we get into the boss fight. Because it is one of the tougher fights in the game. But yeah, speaking of, but going back to like my bracelet. No, I'm going to talk about my bracelet more. I'm getting used to it because I'm not used to like putting my wrist down on my table and then like having like an obstruction. Like, oh yeah, I gotta be careful now. Where's the damn top at? How many discs were there in Legend of Dragoon? 4? There's 4, right? Yeah, so I keep like putting my left arm down and I keep hearing a click and I keep looking over and like, oh yeah, it's just my bracelet. Do I feel pretty? Well, it's not meant to make me feel pretty. It's meant to like, you know what? I have this thing in my arm now. But not the item store. Next thing, chat, I'm gonna get some gauges in my ear. True. No, I'm not doing that. Not getting any gauges. Bracelet was enough. A mullet? No, I actually had my haircut today and it is not a mullet. Alright, goodbye, healing breezes, thank you. This lady likes to do damage to everyone all at once, so we kind of need them. I do need to buy another angel prayer though. Only had the one. So we'll shoulder shack it. Okay, there we go. Dartigan Jones, fashion icon, gentleman streamer. You know what? I'm not the most fashionable guy, but I do care about my appearance to a certain degree, because I like to show that, hey, I'm in a good state of mind. So I do have some fashion, I can say. I'm not completely fashionless. Some guys are cool with that and it's fine, but I like to at least I like to know what looks good on me. Alright, we're just gonna fight some random enemies outside of town to get my dragon meter built up. If it'll let me. Nothing wrong with looking badass to yourself. I guess that's one way of putting it. It's more about just projecting that hey, I got my shit together. Dart of fashion emote would be cool. What would that be? Just me with sunglasses? I mean, I just wear t-shirts and jeans, so it's not really that super fashionable. I just know what kind of t-shirts and jeans look good on me.
Push, push, die. More and more.
I like dressing up a little because I feel pretty and it feels nice. There's something about it psychologically that makes you feel good as well. You in the big lady Dimitrescu hat from Resident Evil 8. I could probably wear that and make it look good. Demon's Gate, new magic. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's the spell I've been hoping to show off actually for a while in this game. Finally, I have it. Want to see Dart try out cosplaying? He could kill at playing characters like Leon. I mean, he's probably one of the few actually. I'd have to dye my hair blonder though. Dart is Squall. My hair isn't spiky, so probably not him.
Push, push, die. More and more.
I don't want to attack with Dart since he's got a full meter. I need to attack with Albert and Rouge. You cosplay as Sora. I have self-respect, you know. You're the best looking guy here. I could probably wear the military uniform and pull that off in head. Probably pull off FF7 Remake Cloud as well. Chat. Okay, come on, chat. Be realistic here. I don't look anything like Cloud. At all. Not even remotely. I could maybe pull off Sid later in the game. That's probably who I could pull off. We have a similar body type. Crap. Because he has big shoes to fill? What are you insinuating? That was definitely an insinuation. How about Wesker? Can you pull off Wesker? That, if you put me enough leather, yes. And by enough leather, I mean all of it, head to toe. About a couple $1,000s in leather. Uncomfortable amounts of leather. So it just makes sounds when you move. God, yo, Albert, stop killing everyone. I need, like, Rose to get some, like, double points, or, like, Dragoon points.
Complete global saturation.
Thank you for the bits. I forgot that I don't have... Well, the sound effect is still playing. It didn't show up on stream because it's in my other scene for, like, the other game I was playing on PC. I'm sorry about that. But hey, the sound effect still played. Do it in the desert. Lol, there are more enemies. This won't take that long.
Die. More and more.
It just makes me feel like a badass since we kill everyone in one hit in this area. Finally found some time to hop on during stream hours. Like I said, I have been considering streaming earlier in the day. I don't know if that helped you out any. You might just be busy with life in general, which, you know, will keep you from doing that kind of stuff. But I'm glad, you know, seeing you back. I was worried, like, oh, well, that's another one I've lost for good. He's moved on. But, so it's been good to have you back today, Kilroy. Well, like I said, among streaming at a different time, I've considered, like, even, like, maybe I should start using a camera more. And even try streaming on YouTube. As well as doing some just chatting streams. I feel like I might need to mix things up. Been logging back into Twitch and re-upping my sub to your channel, just haven't had time to sit and watch while I am, and I appreciate that. But hey, I understand life is, you know, other things come first besides some dickhead online like me. Love the just chatting. Well, you can call it just chatting, but I'd probably be doing some stuff. Like I've mentioned before, the stream I want to do where I, like, eat food from my childhood. So it'd be a stream of me, like, eating shit like pizza rolls and potted meat and like drinking Kool-Aid and giving my thoughts on it. So, you know, high tier entertainment stuff that you're all dying to see. How much of the chat is from the Europe? Because I feel like that's a significant portion. I have quite a few people who actually stay up to watch me from Europe. But there's also there's usually several people who show up at the beginning of chat who are from Europe, and then they have to eventually go to bed because, you know, it's pretty late over there when I stream. So I've thought about starting streams at like 4 or 5, so they could, a lot more Europeans could join in. And also, that's still a pretty good time for like the US, because that's right when people are getting out of school and work. So maybe before they have something planned for the night, so it might help out more people watch. Is all I'm thinking of. I'm on the West Coast, so basically it's when I get off work. Well, that too. West Coasters, for some reason, just always have like the best time limits for entertainment.
Die. More and more.
How about 420? You said the funny number for a reason. Also, since I've been gone, I've got some short stories accepted into indie published anthologies. Working on getting a not really. Congrats, man. Get this. Send me some links and I'll check them out. What kind of stories are we talking about? I know you're doing like book clubs and stuff in one of the last conversations we had. I only work 4 days a week, so I can usually make the streams. You know what? I wish we all only had 4 days a week to work. It's been like there's been a lot of people pushing for that, actually. But what about a 4-day work week? What if we tried that? Actually, shit, I don't need to attack with her. She's got full meter. 4 10-hour shifts? I mean, for like a 4-day week, that seems alright to me. Going to bed, so night chat. See, there's another European loss. I'm sorry. Emo Gamer, you have a good day, man. Sci-fi fantasy. One was a holiday-themed Super Soldier Santa anthology, and the other one is post-apocalyptic monster within theme one. Next is a cryptid-themed short story anthology that'll be up on Kickstarter. Really? Yeah. Send me some links on Discord if you feel up to it. Especially when you have the Kickstarter going. One thing I've noticed that's been a trend recently is people who are like coming up doing world building graphic novels where they really just have like a book full of art and like descriptions of like a world they've created, but without so much of like a characterization. That's become like a big thing. I feel like that's something I might be able to do because I was always better at world building than writing actual characters. Because I would usually spend a lot of time doing that part of it, but then never be able to find the story in it. I'll drop you the Kickstarter when that goes up, but I'll send over my Amazon author page. I can do that, please. Please do. I like how Faulkner is more about character than plot, and you inhabit a character's head and thoughts. Yeah, actually, I can kill this thing and now have full meter with everyone. We can now go to the boss fight, chat.
Die. More and more.
Kill the rat. There's a guy called Monster Garden that does world building graphic stuff too on YouTube. There's actually a couple YouTube channels that will showcase graphic novel world building books that, you know, that I've actually, that's what clued me into like the trend. I don't know why I'm saving on here, but you know what? Might as well. I'll go into the city. Alright, now we just heal up and we're good to go. You're planning on reading Ulysses. My chat is getting all, you know, sophisticated recently. They're all readers and writers. And yes, I'm going to save again here because I'm just that type of man. Alright, to the sexy boss fight. Still cannot get up. That's cool, man. Have I played Zenandu next? I've never even heard of it. Yeah, we've already like listened to this cutscene before, so we're gonna skip past it all. As fast as I can skip past it in a game like this. Get your degree in English and put Abraham Lincoln on a grizzly bear on my portfolio for graduation. Abraham Lincoln, I think, can fit into just about any setting, weirdly enough. You know, I'm the real princess and all that. He's an all-around... Well, they've already made him like a vampire hunter in One Piece of Fiction. But I feel like you could put him like cyberpunk as well. Come on, give me the fun. There we go. Here's where we got to last night and died. Well, not last night, but last time I played this game. You can now all commence the head bobbing. Music is back. I'll even turn it up a little bit for you. All right. Let's see.
Yes. Go. Crash dance.
Let's not use our special just yet. This boss fight filter you. Yeah, she likes to do this move. But I brought healing breezes with me, so I should be fine. Though it might be a good idea to use Albert's like healing wind to give everyone like a few turns of like half damage. But I should be fine.
Die. More and more.
Gust of wind to dance.
Still cool that Lincoln at one point was a wrestler. Well, a lot of our older presidents did like badass things like dueling and, you know, well, wrestling in his case. So we can't have presidents do like interesting things anymore. They have to like read from the scripts.
Yes.
And play golf.
Crash dance.
Can I just say I've never got the allure of, you know, well, mini golf's alright, but actually, I feel like mini golf is superior to like actual golf. Where it feels like it's just like you, oh, what if we like go to a field and drive around in like an electric scooter for a bit? That'd be the only part of it I would enjoy. Not so much the hitting of balls like a half a mile away.
Die. More and more.
Mini golf, yeah, mini golf at least actually, it's like you can do it in like a timely manner. So you don't have to walk across like several miles of, or like ride a car around. And it's like, it's all right there. You got fun little obstacles. And it's cheaper. You don't need like a club membership.
Yes.
I'm screwing up. The rich person activity, also part of it has to do with hanging out golfing clubs. I feel like that's always what it's more about. It's more about just having the privilege of doing something that poor people can't afford to do. Not that you find it particularly fun. Because you poor people, you gotta have like an expensive set of golf clubs. You gotta have like your membership. It's more about like, oh, well, this keeps out the poor people who play. What is it, basketball again?
Die. More and more.
Mini golf is also more stimulating generally. Also, it doesn't, you'll think of all the water that goes into keeping like an actual like, you know, green for a golf course alive versus like the fake grass or like just the astroturf of a mini golf course.
Yes.
And you'll have golf courses like in the middle of deserts like Las Vegas and shit. Like how many, there's actually like how many golf courts in Las Vegas? And that's a barren desert. They stick them out there.
Gust of wind to dance.
The only water you'll find in the mini golf is like the pump for like the waterfall and that's it, which gets recycled. Uh-oh, I might need one of those healing breezes now. Yes, most certainly do. Nevada and Arizona have problems with water and they have giant golfing fields. Yeah, I've noticed that when I looked on Google Maps. It's like, you are a desert. How can you afford to have so many golf courses and why do you need that many?
Yes. Go. Crash dance.
Makes no sense. Makes perfect sense if you're like rich and you have like, you know, people you make contributions to.
Die. More and more.
You can thank the Hoover Dam. Well, it's all the Hoover Dam's fault. Oof. That hurt. What the heck was that attack? 70% of the water in this desert are used for farming. The dolphin fields are also free wasteful. The golf is like completely wasteful. This is completely unnecessary. Can you stop like that? Stop that. Ow. Thank you for doing that twice in a row. Alright, I think we will now use a special. Time I show you like the best attack animation ever put into a JRPG, chat. Isn't the Hoover Dam at record lows? Probably, but I've heard that China's having even worse issue with like dam water being low right now. Like with the Yangtze, and they're like Three Gorges Dam. That completely dried up or something. And at the same time they're flooding. So interesting. Final. This is not the attack, but there's another attack with Rose that I'm going to show you. Damage. Pretty good. Isn't that the reason why they wanted to gain control over Nepal? Since the country is located where the major rivers start, amongst other things. But yes, because of control of glacier water. But China just likes being a little bit imperialist. You're like, hey, what if we take over all of our neighboring countries? All right, Albert, can you put on the damage resistance for us? We're gonna need that. Also want to sway. Yeah, they don't like the Dalai Lama very much, and Tibetan religion. Kind of conflicts with their state being more and more.
Rose Storm.
You ever think Albert's like, my attacks aren't gay, are they? Just ever he self-consciously asked that about that? Like, my magic attacks aren't fruity. And everyone reassures him like, no, Albert, you're fine. You're wind power after all. Alright, here we go. Demon's Gate. Lethal attack for all. I don't know if this will even be useful on it, but we'll use it regardless. And she shits on the floor. Shits a black hole under the floor. And then pole dances. For some reason.
Demon's Gate.
Doesn't work on bosses, I know, but I wanted to show it regardless. I always thought it was funny that all of her magic is her it's dark magic, but she has to do weird stuff to use it. But yeah, it's only for getting rid of weak enemies or non-bosses, so it's kind of actually you'll never use it again. Since you almost never use your Dragoon powers except for boss fights. Dark magic comes from dark places. That's actually not bad logic when I think about that. If you were running something, that could actually explain something like that. Dark magic comes from the darkest places of your bodies. Though when you say it like that, it sounds like something you would hear in Kingdom Hearts. Sora, don't you know that dark magic comes from the dark places in your body? Goofy, what are you talking about? Your ass, Sora. Comes from there. That doesn't... I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right there. Look at that damage resist now. Wonderful. Don't let Ansem anywhere near your dark place, Sora. Cause that ain't cool. hates him, doesn't she? Well, she's almost dead, so... Oh, you know what? Let's use a regular attack. Is that a jetpack? No, what she's wearing, that thing on her back, that'll be explained shortly. Okay, so we need to heal up. So astral drain, it is.
Astral drain.
And the Dutch of heal coming in clutch. Enemies have to be weirded out by her powers. Like, did that really just shoot out of your ass? She's an anal queen? Okay. Oh, she's learned the hard blade. I think it's her final edition as well. You're not bad, I guess. What was that my voice for this lady before? It's like, you're not that bad, I guess. Give us the moon dagger. Don't waste your time on this meaningless battle. Garrick is already dead. Garrick, I didn't care about the man from the beginning. I told ya, I need the moon dagger for my love. Admit your defeat. There is no way to escape. No way to escape, huh? Hey, you over there. What do you think of that? Marry the ... Whatever. I'm glad I chose his voice now, just because of that one. Whatever. See for yourself. Is there no way? Is there no way to escape? She can fly, as we already know. Bye now. She really is. This tone of voice works perfectly. Laters. Going to Coachella. Wait. Oh no. She is a wingly. The species that dominated the bygone world. She's a survivor. She ain't gonna take this. This guy's voice, people of magic who run across the sky with wings? Was she here to take it back from humans? Think they forgot they can fly too? Yeah, they kind of do. Like, wait, don't we have wings that can fly? You are the king of Serdio, Albert. Why did you take such a risk? It might be self-gratification, however, I would like to settle my friend's score with my own hands. We are pursuing a man who manipulated the war with Serdio from behind the scenes. My friend was killed by that man. At the same time, the moon gem which belonged to the Serdio was taken away. We have different reasons, however, we are all linked to that man, and here we are. You said the moon gem? It is a legacy of the Wingleys, isn't it? Could you please tell us about the moon dagger, Your Majesty? It was after the Dragon campaign. Humans defeated the Winglies and built Sergio, Tibaroa, and Mileseso. I don't know how to say it. It sounds French. They say the few surviving Winglies sent a divine object of the moon as proof of peace to the three countries. That's all I know about the legend. I don't know what this voice is I'm giving him. We have the same legend in my country. What is dangerous is that we humans don't know what the divine moon object is for. You mean the Winglies know everything and form this entire conspiracy? Father, we have to take the moon dagger back. For these stars that have behold Tibaroa were lost in the shadows. Wait, wasn't I give her a smoker's voice? Oh, that's right. It seems that girl of the Winglies got away to Isilla Bay. Now it's time for an appearance by Commodore Puler. I will send the most powerful warship that Tibaroa has, the Queen Fury. Have Commodore Puler pursue her, of course. You are more than welcome to be on the boat. I appreciate it, Your Majesty. It was the first time I've seen a Wingly. They seem to be beyond our power, so that we might need your help. Alright, chat, which was better, the Twin Peaks game or this? Please take care of your please take care of yourselves. Yeah, that was the voice I was giving her. Smoker's voice. Please take care of yourselves. This, you like this more? Who would have thought Winglies, the legendary species, were alive in this day and age? It's been 20 years that I've served Princess Emily, and it was the most happy day of my life. Good to hear your excellent voice, Trill. The Queen Fury is the only steel boat in this country that can even block the Sea Dragon's attack. So yeah, I'm gonna go fight this lady again. Can I forget where though? It's alright, well, the game will take us to it. The voice acting makes this more fun. I didn't really, well, there was spoken word in the Twin Peaks, so I didn't really do much voice acting. I don't want to save my voice for tonight, for this game. I was thinking that was the, yeah, I forget, it's the second fight where there ends the disc 2, doesn't it? That was only the first fight. I guess we go to the dock. I won't stop you folks, you can pass freely. I think you have to go back to Dunno. Which place was Dunno again? It'll tell me when I get here anyway, so it's fine. I don't know why they have two things that basically do the same thing, healing and the ends, and they both cost exactly the same. Wait, does the healing not give you your MP back? Oh shit, yeah. Oh no, that one removes status effects. Okay, never mind. I'm being an idiot. I wasted money. Only the end heals you and gives your MP back. Anyways. I don't know why I sit up and lean forward when I'm playing a game like this. Doesn't require my gamer lean, but I do. Usually you only engage the gamer lean in a more action-packed game, and right now I'm doing it, and I can't explain why. I think it's just muscle memory of playing, you know, like a bad kitchen chair from when I played PS1 games back in the day. And you had to lean forward because it was uncomfortable to lean back on the chair. So I think that's what my body's doing. It's like, you know what? This reminds me of those days. I mean, just... But yeah, so we do go back to the Flower City. It just activates Gamer Lean when it sees low-res pixels. New JoJo chapter was great. The cat stands were pretty interesting. Oh yeah, I did read that. I was trying to figure out what the stand's name is gonna be, and I couldn't remember if there's already been a Cat Scratch Fever stand or not. Or if it would even, or maybe it would be called Josie and the Pussycats. Sometimes it's a band name, sometimes it's a song name, right? Good to focus on having interior public help. Oh yeah, I've seen, you know, people like talk about. I've seen the thumbnails who talk about that. You know, like they'll like fix this and then like have an obviously over-engineered example of like bad pelvic tilt as the guy does his best to do, to showcase it, and then like instantly correct it. It's gonna be something like Slipknot. Slipknot. Well, I think it had to do with more of the cats being the stand rather than like their ability. At least that was my thinking of it. But you might be onto something. Alright, to the flower place. You'd probably like this place coming up, Lucky. It's full of, it's like a city made of flowers. Complete hippieville. Thought it'd be string related. I mean, sometimes it's named to reflect the attack, and sometimes it's named to reflect the way the stand looks. You want to go there?
Yes.
You can definitely use it now that we got rid of all the gang members.
Go. First dance.
So Amsterdam, it's probably actually kind of based off Amsterdam. Actually, now you mentioned that. You performed in Amsterdam, have you? Oh yes, you got a new edition. I need to switch to. Actually, I need to switch her out for Mel. You performed, so what was it, like a play you performed there? Okay, real quick. Let's see. Place we will replace our boy Albert with her. We toured Chechnya, Belgium, and Amsterdam with a show when I was in grad school. That sounds like, damn. Oh man, not too many people get paid to go to a European vacation. Well, it's not really a vacation; you're working, but you know what I mean. To like tour Europe. Which one was your favorite? I'm gonna guess it was Amsterdam, probably. So here we are, big old flower city. Belgium? It was for the chocolates, wasn't it? Where was the mayor's house at again? Wish I had went to grad school, then I could teach college classes. This director told you reminded him of Katharine Hepburn, and I cried. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good actress to be compared to, I suppose. Yeah. If you live in Europe, you can visit all the surrounding countries pretty easily. I'm aware. I mean, that's what the European Union is all about. It wasn't that I thought there was difficulty. It's just like finding the time to keep. Well, then again, European countries are small too. You can drive through each one in about a day. Everyone was angry at you? Why? Because you got complimented? Is this a ship? Yes, Shauna, that is indeed a ship. Poggle is excited. He's bigger than me. So this is the Queen Fury. You must be Dart. Yes, I am. And you? My name is Kayla. I'm a crew member of the Queen Fury. I'm getting the Commodore now. Commodore, Pooler, Dart and his friends are here. What, Kayla? What is it, Kayla? Be quiet. I don't know what this guy looks like yet, so I can give him a voice. A man of the sea should have a big heart. Sometimes you listen to the waves and cast your dreams to the ocean. That is a man's romance. Commodore, Dart and his friends are here. You got an order from the king. Didn't you, sir? Oh, you are the brave young people who routed the bandits. You deserve to be guests on my ship, the Queen Fury. Thank you, but we don't want to be treated as guests. We have the same objective to pursue Linus. I like that. We're ready to go, sir. What if Dart feels an intense aversion for water? No, why would I? I see. Now the only thing left is for you to board. As soon as you are ready, we will hit the ocean. We have been waiting for you. Are you ready to go? Yes, please. No. The character that you walk as a flyer, maybe. Now let's set sail. I've never been to Italy, but my mom has, and Tim Robbins used to go on and on about Venice. It must have been incredible. Venice is the one where you gotta like take boats everywhere. I think it is, isn't it? The one that's like, you know, the canals. There's a mini version of the canals in LA. Many things have happened. I was put in jail and Dart came to rescue me. We were with Lavitz and now we are here, pursuing Lloyd. There are so many things I don't understand. The moon that never sets. The voice of Virage. I wish I could fly like you guys. She's talking to the voice chat. But it doesn't take... You can! You have wings when you're in a Dragoon form, lady. Not that I've used your Dragoon yet, though. It doesn't take me anywhere. Dart will laugh at me damn straight. Dart, I wonder where he went. Oh yeah, we control Sean in this part. Oh, sorry, did I get your feet dirty? Oh, you want your boo to laugh at you? I guess not when she's being, you know, self-conscious. Okay, let's go find the person we're stalking. It's famous among sailors that a phantom ship appears around this area. Oh, Miss Shauna. Say, how about having a Julian vegetable match with me? Yes. Let's play. I am good at cooking. Oh, you want to play with me? The vegetable julienne contest? It's my passion. It's my life. It's my work. I will fucking bury you, lady. Please wait while I get ready. Ready? I will not lose the julienne contest. Hot neck and neck race between me and this motherfucker. And my finger's getting very tired. Oh, it's a tie. Fuck. You're far ahead of him already. We both only cut 34 pieces, so no. Oh no, Miss Shauna. I guess I count as a win. Miss Shauna won. Oh, it's a record for chopping. Oh, it's a record for the number of vegetables. Say, would you like to play again? No. Do I not get anything? Sorry, I had something else to do. I see, I understand. When you would like to play, call me. Do I get anything for that? Well, thank you for helping me with my work. Nothing, but this is something for you. Wired 1 gold. Whole gold piece. At a glance, I can find at least 20 kinds of spices. Somebody loves cooking. But how's this coffee you'll make? Is there an espresso machine in here? FF7 Rebirth is coming out in a few months, so we shouldn't wait too long for it. We'll have to wait precisely as long as we have to wait until it comes out. Hello? Oh, Miss Shauna, when I finish cleaning, we can have a cup of tea. Early next year, right? Yep. Have you seen Dart? No, I thought you were with him. No, what are you doing, Albert? When you listen to the sound of waves, you feel like the world is breathing. It's very comfortable, so I close my eyes. You are a poet. I'll look somewhere else. Sailing logbook. You're going to get a PS5. The time has come. Yeah, it's a shame that they don't have their only. Square Enix is weird about that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Square Enix. It doesn't make any sense either because Square Enix is obsessed with getting massive sales numbers, but they keep coming up short of what they want. That's because they make everything exclusive to Sony PlayStation. Like the first year or so more when they could release a multi-plat and probably hit the numbers, the very high numbers they want. What are you doing in here? I think she's sleeping. I'm just bored. You know what? Let's have a pillow fight. You know, this is what all girls do. Sorry, I'm a little bit busy now. You are boring. I can't go back to my cell phone. Wow. Do you want to... Well, what's in there? Wow. Finally upgrading to the Spider-Man edition in 2 weeks, and my PS4 since 2015 was a good console. But we're reaching the end of like how long you can realistically keep playing on it, I guess. Millie Sashu Seso, where the wingly woman is headed is vast. If she gets there, it will be very difficult to find her. Crow brought up an interesting question that I'd like your answer on. What's a fantasy city concept you'd like to see done that either hasn't been done or isn't done often? Fantasy city concept I'd like to see done that isn't done often? Hold on, I'm giving this all my serious thoughts. If we're talking strictly fantasy, I would like to see, like, technically a civilization run by vampires. I've only, like, seen that happen, like, once or twice, namely in, like, the, the Legacy of Kain games, where you have, like, a civilization run by vampires. And also in Warhammer Fantasy, you have one as well. I think that can be pretty interesting. The idea of, like, you have, like, an aristocracy that literally needs to feed off its own people to survive. But also needs them for, like, because you can't have, like, a country of nothing but vampires, so, like, yeah, something like that. How about a civilization where Dracula has to actually act like a, actual aristocrat and, like, govern? Hey, let's check the pressure. Aye, aye, sir. Wait, is this like a child working in this steam? Wow, this is terrible. I didn't realize from before when I was seeing her that Kayla is like a kid being forced to work in like these conditions. Oops, sorry, Miss Shauna. Magic the Gathering has an entire plane with that aspect, so yeah, maybe it has been done. It's hard to come up with a completely original concept that hasn't already been done by numerous other things. Everything is under control about the pressure. Alright, thank you. Love to see a fantasy game use communist style architecture. It could work into steampunk. Well, that literally happened this year. It was, well, it's a sci-fi game, but it was, you know, what's the name of the game again? Didn't really leave that much of an impression. Atomic Heart. It's an unbelievable machine. Hey, pretty, you want to sweat a lot and get slim? Don't do that. You don't need to do that. I'm... what? You'll sweat like a pig in such a hot place. Your pretty face will be ruined. It's an unbelievable machine. Yeah, I know it's an unbelievable machine. This is about the treasure of... Bro, we have to do our best even if we must ignore the load on the engine. I will inspect the load. The flame is blazing. It's like... okay, no, these two are made for each other. They're both turned on by fire. Even Shauna's like, oh, that's a hot fucking fire. Oh. Let's stick with fire. Oh. Oh god, so wet. Oh, fire. Okay, where am I headed to?
Not.
Basically, what her and Dart do every time they come across a roaring fire. That's all it takes. Shot. Sorry, yawning a lot. I don't know why. I think I went to bed too late last night. Chat, is 3 a.m. a good time to go to sleep sometimes? You know, I already know the answer. According to Twitch, you were still playing Twin Peaks, and yeah, I didn't bother changing it. It's fine. Both of them are really obscure games that no one's going to be looking for directly on Twitch tonight. Okay, hello, Miss Shauna. It's a nice day today, isn't it, Miss Shauna? You think pornography was around during medieval times? Some of the earliest cave paintings are of, like, cave dudes with big cocks, with, like, bent over ladies. So yes, it's one of the first things we ever drew. I mean, we have, like, historical examples of porn existing in pretty much every time period. Paschal? He is contemplating. Shouldn't disturb him. Disturb. I wonder what he is contemplating. Apparently had vibrators. Famously, like, wasn't Queen Cleopatra's vibrator, like, you filled it up with bees? You know, for like a very, pleasurable and dangerous time. Queen Fury is the only steel boat in all of Edinus. It can endure even an attack of the sea dragon. Just imagine them, you flexing. You know that people like to flex these days with like their street clothes or their jewelry or like their car. Imagine Cleopatra flexing on people like I literally got like a dildo made of bees. Here you are, Dart. Trips on boats can be hard when you're not used to them. You don't feel good. Just rest. Oh, hi, are you enjoying this boat trip? Catherine the Great literally employed foot ticklers to get aroused. Oh, she had a feet fetish, did she? Hi, Dart. Dart! When humans go to sea, there is a lot to think about. Friendship, love, life, and romance. Probably Dart's heart is wandering in the Mother Ocean. Such a scary face. He must be thinking about the black monster. Oh, Shauna, is something wrong? I have been thinking too about the past and future. And about you and me. You and me. Eventually, our journey will end. Yes, eventually, but I wonder where we will be. I want to be next to you, Dart. But nobody knows about the future. Love and sailing are alike. You don't swim against those waves and just enjoy it. You will overcome it. Thinking alone is sometimes good, but sometimes when you listen to others, your way will open up. Black monster. I still don't know anything about it. Maybe Rose might know something about it. Then he like, girl, like I said, didn't even think of Shauna after that. No, he's like, no, I wonder what the black monster's up to. He left me on read years ago. Go talk to Rose. Catherine and other Tsarinas, including former region of Russia and Leopoldovna. Had full-time employees in the form of girls and eunuchs, and their only job was to tickle their feet to arouse them sexually. It must have paid a ton. I would hope so, but you're probably paying for like privacy at that point. Here you are, Rose. Get off the ladder. I cannot help trying to look cool in front of girls. I wonder if I act like a macho man, will girls hit on me? According to this game, you just gotta ignore them and treat them like your little sister and they'll be all over you. What's this game about? Never played? It's a JRPG. It's about killing a god and saving the world and looking like your hot twink while doing it. That's what every JRPG boils down. But in this one, they've also got like Dragoon powers, so you all turn into like dragon armored people and fight like white supremacists to a degree. Twink supremacists is actually what you fight, or like the biggest villains of this game are the Winglies, and they're all like twink supremacists who believe that like twinks are above everyone else. You think I'm like joking, but this is actually the plot. Here you are. May I help you? It's about the black monster. I thought you might know something about it, Rose. That's right. You are traveling just for that. Twink supremacist? I mean, every single Wingly is a twink. Every single one of them. Unfortunately, I have nothing to tell you. Oh. What are you going to do when you catch the black monster? What are you going to do with him? Kill him to avenge your parents? That'll satisfy your feelings. Revenge does not generate anything. That's what I learned from Lavitz. To tell you the truth, I don't know what I am going to do or even what I want to do when I face the black monster. I just want to know what he is. I see. Well, I can tell you one thing. Do you know what is the source of the power of Dragoons? War is not in human nature. Humans fight by making themselves enter insanity. It is the same for revenge. This is a tool to amplify the insanity, and this insanity is the source of the power of Dragoons. The Dragon Knight. I didn't know that. Someday, something will happen, and if you cannot chasten your insanity, I wonder if you will be able to endure it, given the size of your spirit. Dart strikes me as the kind of person who will has to sit there for minutes to remember someone's line. He just reads from the script or like the cards off stage someone's holding up. If the resolution was there, you'd see his like head and eyes darting to the left off screen to like read the prompter. Sorry, I was just nonsense. It's okay. When I finish with Lloyd, I'll go on my journey to pursue the black monster. Dragoons' powers go crazy. Well, they use battle fury to like turn into Dragoons. When I face him, I'll find my own answer to that. Twink supremacy is also called Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, true. Mine is not a journey. I'll take a walk for it. Am I gonna control? I think I have to control every character during this point in the game, don't I? They all get a moment. I have the best eye on this ship. I never miss anything, whether it's a small boat or a flying woman. There is no sight of a flying woman. I'll continue watch. What a piece of dialogue. Nope, no flying woman to report here, man. Dragoons really remind you of Saiyans? Sure, why not? Dart is popular with girls. He is well suited to be a man of the sea. I don't need Dart. Then I don't need you either. Old lady. Trips on boats can be hard when you're not used to them. No sea captain would call a ship a boat. That's an insult. If you don't feel good, just rest. Herschel? Are you thinking about something? Hi Dart, love coming by to watching your streams. Really do appreciate the Sin videos. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Hey, thank you. Right now I'm playing just like old ass shit, or at least stuff that looks like old ass stuff. But hey, I appreciate you liking my videos, man. I will do my best to have another one for you soon. And then I have a very busy end of the year lined up for me so far. Oh god, it's so... Actually, starting next month, it kind of picks up. Like, next month is already, like, packed with stuff I gotta play. Are you thinking about something? But once again, thank you for, like, watching my streams and, like, liking the vids and everything else. Hopefully, I continue to meet your expectations. This childhood game for you? Yeah, I played this back when I was a kid. Though I wouldn't really say it was like a big game of my childhood. Like I said, FF7, FF9, and Chrono Cross would probably be the JRPGs I'd point to as like, you know, being, you know, childhood JRPGs that I really enjoyed. This game was like a, you know, second rate at that point for me. It's like, I put them like on the same level as FF8. Oh, Rose. Oh, Rose, do you want to talk about your love? I was just walking around and happened to be here. Can I ask you one thing? Sure. You, why are you with us? I heard that in the beginning it was Dart's Dragoon spirit. That's not all. I guess maybe this journey is just a little break for me. Break, huh? Well, everybody has different objectives on the journey. But you look like you're rushing yourself to death, with your life being run by something. It's none of your business. Guess I was involved. Guess I was involved too much. What that means. I cannot make judgments about other people. FF9, FF10 were my childhood games. JRPGs really told the best stories back then. Yeah, it helped. And, you know, they were about the only ones trying to tell stories. Ta! Claire, your steps during the attack are slow. Take more precise, faster steps. Yes, father. You idiot! During the training, don't think of me as your father. Call me Master. I'm sorry, Master. Claire, you, my daughter, were the only heir to my ancestral rogue school martial art. Claire, you cannot take over the rogue school with such pathetic skills. You, You implanted a murderous intention in your fists, didn't you? Oh, Lota, what's wrong? Lota, what's wrong? Oh, Lota. Get out of my sight. Lota. Get out of my sight. Didn't get into video games for a bit as a kid, so my first JRPG was Dream Drop Distance. Terrible decisions. I had no idea what to play. Yeah, that is not a good entry point into that series. Isn't that one of the more confusing games in the entire series, actually? I shouted out of anger. I was just running away from the pain that we have to overcome together. The master and as a father. It's been 20 years since I felt the village pursuing Claire. I left the village, but what have I found was only my immaturity. As time goes by, I forget the objectives of my journey. But Dart and the others gave me a new one. I think, what am I going through now is a journey to support the passion of young Dart and his friends. Oops, I have become too mushy. Well, maybe I'll go tease Congo. I hope he's not knocked out with seasickness. Where's Congo at? I don't know where Congo is at. Maybe down here. Kind of need to know this entire series for, you know, Dream Drop Distance. It's almost impossible to know the entire series, though. Play Dream Drop Distance without knowing what Kingdom Hearts actually was. So I had the same confusion. What would make you want to play Dream Drop Distance, though, without knowing the rest of the series? Like, you did have that nice of a cover. Like, yeah, this looks like a game I'm going to play this week. You are having a good time? You think so? You have a smile starting to peek out. Got it from a bargain bin seller. So it was the cover that got you. Chuckle, maybe you are right. I don't know what you are thinking, but being young is a good thing. You didn't play FF7 till you got bored one day in 2020 and put it on. Here you are, Congo. They're using this to carry fuel. We hustle around throwing in the fuel and leave the rest to the engine room. Leave us alone now. We are busting our backs to throw the fuel on. What are you doing alone? Congo always alone. You are not now. Friends, I still don't know. Congo is here to see if you become leader instead of Emperor Dole. Dole? It was your objective for the journey, wasn't it? Then why don't you talk to Albert? He might know something about Dole's story from the past. I heard South Cali might be getting a hurricane. Wait, they get hurricanes on the West Coast? I thought that was strictly. I didn't know they got hurricanes out there. Is that can't be? It has to be rare, if so, right? King of Human. Congo go speak. They're extremely yeah. I think it's like I've only ever heard about them appearing on like the East Coast. I'm guessing they don't get that strong though, right? Last hurricane to hit California was 1939. So what you're telling me is like nothing that's built in California is built to withstand hurricane force winds. Where is Albert? I think he's in the cabin. You go smash Goonie Albert. How strong the hurricane will be will depend on how much climate change influenced it. You know, chat, as video games have taught me, the way to stop, climate change is to get together a group of, like, good-looking teenagers who want to do it. And, the reality is actually kind of reflecting that, because the biggest climate change fighter is that, that teenage girl from Europe. We're actually following the procedures and battling it. So I'm confident we'll have it beat. Human King Albert. She even has a very JRPG, main character name. And sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere, that too. Or there's like better of options, and just sulfur dioxide in the air for like cloud seeding. Kongle wishes to speak. What is friends? God, game, you're so fucking cheesy. What is this friend you speak of? I only have a neural net processor, a learning computer. Dart said Kongle friend. Kongle don't know what is friend. My Uncle Dole was your friend, wasn't he? No, I fight for Emperor Dole to make a world where all the species equal. Maybe we can put it this way. Maybe friends are the people who walk the same road. People who walk together, but not led by somebody who share happiness. That's a weird sentence. But not led by somebody who share happiness and pain. That is friends. Yes, that is us now. Although we have different objectives, we are walking side by side. Kongle, you are already walking on the same road as us. I was left without saying anything. Boring. Anybody want to hang out with me? Thanks to those girls, I can continue to walk on this road. What? Now I'm going to socialize with my friends too. None of these people act like actual associates with each other. I'm going to go socialize with my friends, said friends. This is what an alien trying to sound like a human talks like. Okay, I gotta go talk with Meru now. You are having fun as always. You're sitting there on your bunk bed, kicking your feet. Look at all the joy. Look at all the fun. And chucking pillows. I got you, big success. It's an awful welcome. Hey, Al, you're a bit too squarish. You gotta become cool like Dart. Are you mad now? You're mad, aren't you? You're big mad? No, but I now have a question. Wow, the exciting question time. What is wrong with you, girl? Meru, when you joined us, you said there is still something I can help with. Is that true? This entire sequence is cheesier and cornier than, that sequence in FF10 by a long shot. Dart is super cool. Meru has a 2-second attention span. She's just been on TikTok too much, alright? Let me see. I don't know why, but I really feel that way. It's true. but I don't know what it is. You are not just kidding, it seems. Our journey is a dangerous one. We will not be able to succeed. We take a lackadaisical attitude towards it. Therefore, I wanted to make sure one more time. I don't want to see anybody else dying. Now, please, excuse me. Whatever. The king became too serious. Now is my big chance to hang out with Dart. He's so cool. Darn. Just like walk up to him holding a match, that's all it'll take. Things you say to yourself right before stream. Now's my chance to hang out with Dart. These games' plot and dialogue was either written by a high school drama club or George Lucas. Maybe both. Well, it was written by, like, people who are cheaply paid to localize it. Kayla, go report this to the Commodore. Aye, sir. Again, this small child working in the freaking boiler room. Oops, sorry, Miss Merrow. I reported it to the Commodore. Thank you. What does she say about the flyer? Is it gonna be a reminder of Dart? Of course it's hot. It's burning like crazy. Every single member of this party is a freak. Not a single one of them. Which way to the cabin again? Was it 19th century England and child labor seems the common around these? Oh, look at it, it was cheap. And they were small, so they fit into those big machines. I think that actually was part of the reason that children, it was kind of evil sounding, but it's just mainly, yeah, children could fit into the freaking machines when they broke. Where like the cave, where like the coal was like skinny enough, like, hey, send that child in there to get it. A Dart spotted. Why did the game where the character had my name have to be so goddamn cheesy? What do you say? Trips on the boats can be hard when you're not used to them. If you don't feel good, just rest. Shut up. You go talk with Rose first. We talk to Dart. Practical reasons for child labor. Practical isn't more true. I have the best eye. Okay, he's just trying to show up to girls again. Even the ones who act like children. Child labor is becoming legal in some states for some reason. It seems kind of unnecessary. Like, what job would you ever hire a child for over an adult? Hey, it's high up here. Yes, it is. Rose is dark. Good observation. But yeah, it's like, why would, like, children suck as workers. What are you talking? Why would you ever want to hire them? I'm assuming, though, most of those bills you hear about child labor becoming legal in some states is just mainly for, like, farm work on family farms and all that. Or other family-run businesses, and then you can't actually go out and hire children to, like, do shit. Mainly, like, parents wanting to, like, have their kid work in their family-owned business. But then again, there's probably abuse of it as well. Thinking about something? I know, he. Who do you think it is? Would you like doing ASMR with him? Is that you, Shada? Of course, it's Meru. No way, it's Rose. Albert, don't be silly. Ashel, I doubt it, but Congo, you know what, let's get it right. Of course, it's Meru. Wow, how did you know? There's nobody else who does such pranks. My guess so. I guess so. Okay, I guess so. Well, I have great news for someone who looks totally bored. Why don't you come with me on an adventure on this ship? I've already seen a lot. Hey, you were thinking about Shauna, weren't you? If she sees you walking with a pretty girl like me, she would get mad, wouldn't she? Also, a girl who's like half naked too, I'd definitely make her upset. Shauna doesn't get mad about those things. What's with this adventure suddenly? Chat, never try to make your significant other jealous. It doesn't work out, ever. It always leads to bad things. It's a toxic way of like trying to like get someone to reaffirm themselves. There's never a good reason for it. Well, there is something bothering me. Don't you think Rose is strange? She is strange, but I don't think she is as strange as you. I'm not talking about that strange. I think she has something that she hasn't told us, or she's been involved in something shady, or... Have you told us everything about you, Meru? I'm the exception. Don't talk bad about your friends. Everybody has something that they need to hide. Sorry. I don't mean it to talk bad about Rose, but she's cold to me. So somehow... Then you want a change of pace with an adventure? That's my Dart. You are totally cool. You're what we call based, Dart. Come on, now departing on Meru's expedition. My god, Meru, you're like a teenager. Can you at least please act like it? Creepy. Meru's expedition, huh? This sequence is overly long. You don't like Meru anymore? She's just being the zoomer, that's all. This character type was done way better in Final Fantasy IX. With that little girl, you get... What was it? Eiko? Yeah, Eiko was like a way better version of, like, Meru. Mainly because she was an insufferable child, so it made more sense. Don't play a prank on her. She doesn't understand jokes. I won't. Rose has a mysterious personality. She is always cold, but when it comes to a critical point, she leads us in a variety of ways. We are alive now because of Rose. I agree. She was an actual child. Not only was she an actual child, but she was a child that was raised by Mughals. Who's the worst example of this archetype? Meru is pretty bad, but I thought Selphie is kind of annoying as well in Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, but if you notice JRPGs from this era, they'd always have like the one like overly cutesy Genkai hyper girl. Like Final Fantasy 7 had Yuffie, 8 had, you know, Selphie. This game has Meru. A ghost ship. 9 had Eiko. Hell, even 10 had Rico. Oh, yeah, hot fire everywhere on the ship. Vanilla and 13, yeah. But, you know, all the characters in that were shit. They talked up this steel ship for so long how cool it was, and now we're just getting, like, our ass punked in by, you know, a old-ass rickety ghost ship. This is one of those, like, weird moments in the game where they just go up on a tangent, not because it's necessary, but yeah, ghost ship time. Like, why not have a ghost ship all of a sudden? What on earth is this? I can't believe this. What are you doing? Go back to your... What are you doing? Go back to your stations and check on the damages. Only ghost ship I can think of is this one in FF5. There's also one in Chrono Cross. There was a heraldry. There was a heraldry. It looks like a royal ship of Mille Sesu. Is this like a phantom ship? Oh boy! Why is Dart so excited? Commodore, bad news. Yeah, but Dart just read it like, oh yeah, hell yeah, son, fucking ghost shit. It got the engine room. Hey, let them hurry to fix it. Aye, aye, sir. We cannot pursue Linus like this. Sometimes the ocean shows its capriciously. And I have never seen such a thing. Wait for a while. There is nothing we can do now. This ship is... Dart, I can't find Shauna anywhere. Shauna! Where am I? Classic ghost sound effect. You've heard it before. The cackle. Girl, you're a Dragoon now. You're not helpless anymore. Oh, maybe you are. Shauna! Those ghosts protected her. What's a trope in fantasy JRPGs that you like and want to see more of in recent games? A trope? I'm not sure there is like a trope that they all have that you would like. I mean, can you think of any? I mean, usually it's tropes you don't want to be and stuff, right? Why did you... But if we're going with tropes, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 set some pretty good ones up of like, you know, choices actually mattering. Why did you come here? I don't know. When I woke up, I was in here. But those knights protected me. They're gone. They're gone now. At least you are safe and sound. Come on, come on. We are here already, so we might as well just take some tour here. We might as well just take some tour here. Great sentence, but we might as well take some tour. No way. I want to go too. I don't know why, but I want to know about this ship. Oh, please. We'll go with them. Then it won't be a problem. Okay, but if anything happens, we gotta go back. Okay. Looks good to me. Choices matter. Well, in Baldur's Gate, it actually does do a pretty good job making choices actually matter. Yeah, I'm gonna use this game's save function here as well because I don't want to risk dying and have to do all that fucking cutscenes over again. Remember if you touch the ghost balls, that's when you get into a fight. There's also times you got to like this. Captain, please, open here. Where are you, Captain? You know how almost all JRPGs have you fight gods, the final boss? I'd like to see a twist on that idea. Well, they don't always have you fight gods. They often will have you fight a god or godlike being. But then you get stuff like, say, FF12, where you just fight like a guy who has a junk pile attached to him. Oh, you have a good night. Or Final Fantasy X, where you fight like a magical, like, parasitic tick. Will-O-Wisp and literally death.
Double snap.
Yes.
You did like Sin Evatim, it worked. When you think about it, Sin was the first dominant. I thought that guy's got his powers from a god or something. It's like some kind of like, it was like the things that like decided the fate of humans or like the fate of the kingdoms. But I guess, but I don't think that makes him a god. It just means he got like turned into a weird monster. At least that was my logic, because he certainly didn't, look like he had the powers of a god to me. He's just like, I'm gonna smack you with a bunch of metal.
Yes.
Hugh Yevon is technically, wasn't he just like a human who just acted as a summoner for Sin?
Die. Hard blade.
I mean, there's also, you said you wanted to see a twist in that idea. Well, you can look no further than like, say, a lot of like Souls games. We don't necessarily like fight a god at the end, you just fight like the ideas. Well, I say that, but then Elden Ring, but you fight a god. But you know what I mean, like, you fight gods, but they're not always all powerful. Like Gwyn in the first game was like, basically like a husk.
Die. Hard blade.
Amongst other things.
Yes. Go.
But we've killed Death. But we'll have to kill him quite a few times. Oh yeah, I remember how pissing annoying this place is now. It says Captain's Cabin. Seems like it's not opening. Hang on, we gotta find the key. Idea that an Eldritch whale bug creature destroyed islands. Well, actually just like kept an entire city undeveloped. I mean, an entire like world like from technologically developing, because it would destroy you anytime you tried to actually advance. Help me. The bastard. The bastard is... I don't want to die. Help. What? We cannot make it. We'll be killed by him. Do I have a ghost voice in work for this? Not really. Megaphone would be the closest I got, like, we cannot make it. We'll be killed by him. I don't want to die. Oh. Best I got. What are they talking about? Death. What's that? Sometimes in JRPG, you find an angry sorcerer with a bad childhood. Yeah, but usually that bad childhood convinces them that humans all need to die. Like, they have one bad experience. Like, yeah, well, this humanity thing's over. Well, don't see any point in it. I had one bad example. My mother got killed by someone. Timed in the world.
Double smack.
At least in this game, it's something believable, like just megalomania and racism. That is pretty much the goal of, like, the main villain. He's like, I just want to, like, be a god, you know, and, like, I don't like you humans. That I could understand.
Yes.
He didn't even have, like, a sad childhood. I think he was like, just had everything perfectly happen go for him.
Double smack. Die.
FFX Seymour, my mom died, hell with everyone. Like, yeah, I will become death itself. Just because of that one thing. The thing is, with FF10, the world they had, death was like the big theme of it, but I think they definitely could have done that better. Because when you think about the world of FF10, they live in a world where literally, if you die, you either become a monster if you don't get sent, or you stay on and become even worse than that, like you saw with, like, you know, Seymour and the others. Like, you become, or technically Warren as well, where you, like, literally become like a zombie person. And even when you do die, you're really just, like, gone. It's like, not really much of you, but some fireflies left. That JRPG trope is the equivalent of a white kid becoming a Nazi because a black kid stole his... I mean, sure, why not? Honestly, I'll be pretty sad when my mom die. I might make a genocide or two, really. Glad other people are more, you know, more reasonable. Like, well, what if she just dies of natural causes, though? Hopefully. Not anyone's, like, you know, horribly killing her. That's usually what does it, you know, in the JRPGs. Someone get fucked over a little bit too hard by fate. I'd like to see a fantasy game take place in medieval or ancient times, but throughout the game or movie books, you actually see advances in technology. Like, it starts in medieval, but throughout you end up in modern times or maybe even the future, so you have to be like a character who doesn't age. Or something that lives forever. I mean, while technically I haven't seen a game that's do that when it's in just one game. Fable kind of did that, in that Fable games, the world did advance technologically. Like, the first game was like basic medieval European fantasy, then the next game was like steampunkish a little bit. So they did go forward a couple hundred years in advanced technology. And the original draft of the FF10 plot was supposed to be that once you turn 17 you die. Supposed to be this blooming idea of death. I think I remember hearing that. That seems like it'd be a hard thing to do. FF10 went through a lot of revisions. Like, originally, like, the entire opening was going to be somewhat different.
Yes.
And it sounded kind of shit, too, when I remember reading it. I don't know if I'll have time to finish up the ghost ship tonight, because this ghost ship does take a little while. Okay, Mirror's almost fucking dead. Would make an interesting idea though, of what the time period's changing. Yeah, you can make that. I mean, it may be a complicated idea.
Yes. Go. Crack dance.
Beat Saber, my final boss, is pretending Billie Eilish singing in music. That's a JRPG boss. What are you talking about? That means it might as well be.
Die. Hard blade.
I meant the idea that you die at 17. It sounds difficult, but I'm sure it can be done. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, it's only going to be the characters you're not playing as, though. Except for, like, maybe one that you get at the beginning that's there to die and set the stage for the rest of them face. So... Like I said, you know that it's not going to be your party. You know, it's going to, suffer from it.
Yes.
I have read stories though that deal with similar stuff where like people like die at a very young age due to like some kind of magic though. Well, that's a creepy attack. They increase the age of 25, yeah, but Square Enix has the belief, well they did up until recently, that only children can save the world. Because they are inspirational or something. Cats die at 10 to 13, no biggie. Well, yeah, that's animal years. Look at this party. Yeah, I think we gotta follow this little trickster around for a bit. But, I kind of forget what was the point of the fucking ghost ship again. Well. I don't think I'm finishing it tonight anyways.
Double snap.
Chat, how sleepy are you, chat? On a scale of 1 to 10, tell me your sleepiness. Stop throwing bones. It's too effective. Oh god, it's most of my health gone. I'll use healing potion. 2, I just woke up having coffee.
Yes. Go. Crack dance.
Apparently I got a lot of early risers tonight.
Double snap. Die.
You know the problem, chat, of playing Baldur's Gate 3 and then trying to play this game? Is that it doesn't hold up very well to Baldur's Gate. It's kind of like where my mind has been all night while playing this. Like, man, I could be playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. The game has got a hook into me I didn't expect. Because I've tried playing Baldur's Gate 2 once before and it didn't grab me. But that one sure as hell did.
Yes. Go. Crack dance.
I have noticed that the conversation online has been like how that game sets a new standard for everything, and so people are pushing back against that. I don't know if I don't know if that's a standard most developers can meet even if they wanted to. think that's just a unique skill set from that developer alone.
Yes. Yes. Go. Crack dance.
Also, I don't know if I want every game to be that freaking big. There's some games I'm fine with them not having that level of scope and scale. Because I would not be able to continue this if every game was like that length, that kind of game in length. What's so good about Baldur's Gate 3? It's just a really good computer RPG when it comes to like factoring in like player decision and agency. Probably the best at it. I can't think of any game that you'll react to the player better than that. Yeah. And we gotta get the Mind Purifier on Rouge. There are plenty of other amazing... Yeah, I know there's plenty of other amazing computer RPGs out there. It's just that... In fact, what the second best one, apparently to a lot of people, just came out a few years ago with that, what is it? Disco Elysium? That's a different type of computer RPG, but... There haven't really... For a long time, they stopped making computer RPGs. They just thought they wouldn't sell anymore. So it's nice to see them be revived finally. I always thought the idea was that given time and money, games can be as good as Baldur's Gate 3, not necessarily being the same scale. There are plenty of games that have been developed for longer and for even more money and don't even come close to be Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of like what can be done in it. That's nonsense. They're not just mainstream. They used to be mainstream though, on PC at the very least. But yeah, I mean, there has been like a depth. Like most of the what you would call computer RPGs of the last couple of years was just Diablo and that other Diablo-like game I can't remember the name of, but Path of Exile. That was really it if you were into computer RPGs. There were like some indie titles here and there, but there haven't been that many big, what you could probably call like AAA computer RPGs for a while now.
Yes.
And the loot-based ones like Diablo, I don't really care for. So they've never really interested me. Go play Tyranny, which is more... I actually got Tyranny for free. It was like a code given to me. Like I said, that still is... I feel like if you were to compare that to computer RPGs of the past, it would come up pretty lagging. And I know that the whole idea of Tyranny is like, oh, what if you were like working for the bad guy? And it's like a novel idea, but everything I've seen of it, it's only novel for like the first half, and then it kind of like, meh.
Die.
Hard
blade.
Mainly because Mero just keeps getting melted by everything. Thank you, Mero. Doing good job over there. People just don't play computer RPGs for the same reason they don't read lots of books. Well, like I said, Chad, you do realize sometimes publishers will just decide inadvertently that this type of game won't sell. It's happened plenty of times. Horror games, for a while, big publishers didn't want to spend money on horror games because they thought they just didn't sell. Look at even Capcom started for Resident Evil 5 and 6, they tried to make them into action games because they thought horror games wouldn't really sell. So it's a very well-known phenomenon where like producers will get in their idea what sells and what doesn't based off nothing. Apparently they all think like everyone wants open world games or like live service games, everything else, even though there's nothing to actually point, that's what people want.
Die.
Have you played Pillars of Eternity? Nope, I have not. Yeah, I just, like I said, a lot of like computer RPGs that have come over the past couple of years have not interested me. Because I just didn't find them that good.
Double smack.
They just felt like they were games that were clearly inspired by older computer RPGs, but they couldn't really match them. Alright, let's get her back. Analyze my cover. Gotta get the experience in the fight, girl. Question, do you think JRPGs today are better, as good, or trash To today's. So you're asking me, do I think JRPGs are better than past JRPGs? I honestly, I don't know. There are times when I definitely get my nostalgia goggles go on, and because my favorite JRPGs are usually from like the PS1 era. But there are also people who hold that the 8 and 16-bit era JRPGs are like the true golden age. But for me, it was like, you know, I don't know, there's something about where I have to read the lines in my head, like I am in this game, sort of, that makes me like understand and have a better connection to the plot than just having characters like voice acted. But I don't really have a problem with that either. It's kind of hard to decide because there's plenty of like modern JRPGs I really enjoyed, like FF7 Remake was really good. And also FF10 was a pretty good game as well. However, that being said, there have not been as many good JRPGs in recent years as there were back in the day. At least I feel. Like a lot of JRPGs do not appeal to me because they're like all anime. For some reason when I see like a bunch of anime JRPGs, I'm like, I'm good. I'll skip this one. Looking at you, Persona. FF10 was revolutionary. It definitely set the tone for how their games would go over the next decade or two. And they've only just now got away from it. Xenoblade? Oh yeah, that's definitely anime. Breath of the Wild saved Nintendo. Okay, that's not true. Breath of the Wild, good game, but Nintendo was in no danger. People really are still underestimating to this day how much money Nintendo and clout Nintendo has. Just because the Wii U was a flop did not mean Nintendo was like near like destitute. Nintendo has enough money on hand that they could release like the Wii U 3 and still been fine instead of the Switch. Nintendo has always had like a history of like having like some consoles be a success and some not, but they're just doing financially well enough from the amount of money they have that they could probably like fail for an entire decade and still actually be all right. They got enough. They're not like Sega. They got enough money on hand to weather storms, so they're pretty all right. I mean, just look at the sales numbers of their games, and just like, yeah, think of that for a minute. And also keep in mind that unlike, say, like Sony and Microsoft, they don't usually lose money making their consoles, and they don't make them overpowered. So they're not having to eat the cost of the console sale. As long as Nintendo has Mario, they're good. Well, that, along with everything else. Mario isn't their only pillar at this point. Do you know how many copies of Animal Crossing they sell? And Pokemon? Pretty sure those actually like swamp like Mario sells. Like how many, like Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom sold like what, over 10 million copies already. Pikmin, I'm not really familiar with Pikmin's numbers. I've never really looked into that series.
Die. Hard blade.
Maybe down. Metro only gets games so often. Well, it did just get like a side-scrolling game like a year or so ago. So what you're talking about is like the the Prime games.
Yes.
This thing is called Magician Bogey, by the way.
Die. Hard blade.
But yeah, they're very late on Metroid Prime game, I know that much. Though they did release a remake of it, of the first one. That apparently was very good. I mean the remake, I already know the original game was very good, I played it. Looks like a magic booger. I feel like most ghosts do, that's why you have Slimer from Neo Ghostbusters.
Yes! Yes! Go! Crack dance!
By the way, Ghostbusters, that's such a, like, an important movie to me. If I ever have kids, like, the first movie I will ever have them watch is probably Ghostbusters. I can't really have them watch, you know, Temple of Doom at a young age. But Ghostbusters feels alright. Don't, come on, I need another Rhapsody. Stop killing the Meru! I need her level up, she's gonna be like my best damage dealer later. Ghostbusters is a good movie, it is a phenomenal movie. Nah, 6 out of 10. I know when someone's trying to bait a response out of me, and that was bait. Probably watch Ghostbusters again before your kids do. Like, I know about Ghostbusters and its innuendo. There's literally a scene in Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd gets a ghost blowjob. But you know what? It's one of those things that kids will not recognize. I didn't recognize that scene when I saw it as a child. But your parents did when they watched it. They just were snickered to themselves. Weirdly, Dan Aykroyd had that scene put into the movie because he feels that he actually did receive a ghost blowjob once in his life. He's like, oh yes, one day I was, you know, sexually pleasured by a ghost. It's actually what he thinks has happened to him once. Dan Aykroyd is a character, chat. Quite the character. I wasn't baiting Americans, just have a religion around Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Ghostbusters. That's a kind of, you know, alright, one way of putting it. I don't really feel Indiana Jones, one, Star Wars and Indiana Jones have had their legacy pretty badly tainted, whereas Ghostbusters really only had, like, they did have that one really shitty movie that came out back in 2016, but I don't feel like Ghostbusters is usually lumped into the same category as, like, Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Hell, Indiana Jones isn't even, you know, lumped into the same category as Star Wars is. There's certain franchises that exist in, like, mythological, like, footing, and, you know, I don't think those two are in it. $50 whole gold. You're trying on a dress? What kind of dress are you wearing? Well, that's a creepy thing to ask someone what you're wearing. Sorry about that. Sometimes your, like, streamer brain activates and it means keep conversation going no matter what. Why do these ghosts, like, sound like jelly? Oh shit, alright chat, are you ready to, like, remember a password for me? Because I don't, well, I could write it down, but I'm gonna trust chat to remember these numbers. So, 0 1 1 9. May evil come to the person who attempts to solve the riddle of the number. Mimic. Is it trying to say something? The box dart. Ordered it. Wait, can I use like that one move of Rose to kill these things instantly since they're not a boss fight? I think I can, can't I? Yeah, I'm gonna shit on the floor and kill these things.
Yes. Touch. Go. Crack dance.
Double snap.
We'll just use... Yeah, we'll try it. It's a blue strapless long dress for an event. Ah. Demon Red. I've been wanting you to play Alpha Protocol for years. It's far from as good as the game. I have the game, but it's hard for me to play because my capture card doesn't seem to work with Xbox 360 right now.
Demon Skate.
But I do know that I know about the game and its role-playing mechanics are very good, but its combat is pretty shit. Did Rose just poop out darkness? Yes. She shit a black hole out onto the ground, and you all witnessed it. I mean, what can you... I mean, you can't really say anything about that, because, you know, literally, like, the ability to, like, do that means you're above it. Like, you're not gonna bring it up. You're like, you know what? If that's the way she attacks, it's the way she attacks. I have a favor to ask you. Please come to the captain's cabin. It's just how pooping looks like from the other side. There's a reason. Girls are very secretive about what they do in the bathrooms, because they're out in there shitting out black holes. Oh god, more ghosts. Just run from this fight. I think I need to, like, I think I can buy supplies on the boat before we do whatever the boss fight is. Actually, shit. We have to fix the engine room to start the ship. The only thing we can do now is wait. And share the weapons and items we have in the freight. Go down the stairs if you want to rest. Go to the cabin over there. Rest. Free rest. They might have a better weapon I can use down there as well. Okay, that should do. Alright, Glaive for him, Beast Fang for him, don't use him though. Avoids a normal status from being stunned. Magic Ego Bell. Avoids a normal status of Bewitchment. I mean, I guess I'll buy that for him. I doubt I'm going to be using Casual very much, so I don't know if I really want to buy this. no point if you're not using him. Yeah. I don't know. He's pretty good, but I don't know. He's just not me who I want to use right now. What was in here? Wait, is it the chest? There are 3 numbers. Wait, 3. Should we combine the numbers that those ghosts were saying and input them here? Wait, it was 0119, wasn't it? But it's only asked. So I combine the numbers, so it's 9. Gotta guess the 3 numbers from the 4 you got? That's stupid. Like yours, I mean... 110 then. 119? Yeah, sure, why not? 9 more. Oh, shit. 9 more. Oh, yeah, that's right, you can fuck this up. 011. Nine 1-1. One zero, no, 109. 101 maybe after this? This is stupid, yeah, because it's like you get a limited number of chances for it. 191? Did I do 191 yet? I don't know if I did 191 yet. Yeah, because I think it changes. It's not something you can look up either. It like changes and like randomizes per playthrough. I've tried 111. I've tried 911. I've tried 191. I think I've 910. Have I tried? You need to use the 0. How do you know that though? The 1 was used twice. Odds speaking, you're right, I probably do. Oh, got it. Stun guard. It's just a stun guard, even that great. I think it comes in handy for the boss fight though. Voids are normal statuses from being stunned. Dart is so smart. I'm a smart boy. Look at this smart guy just guessing randomly. Oh wait, it closed up again. May evil come to the person who attempts to open the treasure chests. Let me save first before I try opening it then. Dart the puzzle man. Hey, did you see me playing Tears of the Kingdom? I was smoking that game's puzzles. It can't be the same thing again, right? Doesn't open. Does it actually? Do we get new? Apparently you can get more stuff out of it. I don't really want to do this again, though. I think the amount of times you get to try opening it goes down too, right? 10. Did I try 109 already? 3 more times. You just need to get new numbers. Oh. So you go back down to the same place before to get the, you know, more numbers from them. I'm pretty sure like what's the rewards, you know, are the same, but I might need, before I try doing that, I might need to look up what the reward list is. Because it might not be worth it. Rewards get better every time. Yeah, remember, I don't know if it's like, it's mainly all accessories, I think, right? I'm not planning to beat this tonight, so I'll check the reward list first. It's almost like quitting time of the stream, actually. I just wanted to go to like the captain's quarters and see what the captain had to say. Last reward is Ultimate War God. That's like one of the really good accessories, isn't it? Yeah, I might want to like, you know, stop it now because I just used up a lot of my chances. Ultimate War God armor. I think that might be one of the things I need to make Meru into like one of the better like damage dealer in the game. Or at least one of the 2 items you need for, I think. So yeah. I think that might be our stopping point then. Yeah, that feels good to me. Like the next time I play it, I'll try to get all the rewards out of the chest. If I can. But chat, that was a good stream tonight. We played old stuff. Well, something that was new, but wanted to be old. But hey, thanks for sticking with me tonight, chat. Tomorrow I will play something that looks like it's from that came after you were born in the same, you know, was created in the same era you were born in. How about that? As a promise to you. I'm not sure what it'll be yet, though. I mean, I could play some more Street Fighter, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I might also play Dan the Diver. I've been wanting to play that for a while. I was actually thinking of playing that originally tonight, but I was like, you know what? Legend of Dragoon tonight seems alright after, like, you know, the Twin Peaks game. Play a game that I can't legally drink yet. That's most games, actually. At least most of the games I typically stream. But, chat, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. You're all wonderful people. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Or a great night today. A great night today. I'm good at English. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, hit the follow button. You can join the Discord as well. Thank you to the mods. Thank you for any subs, gift subs, bits as well. I appreciate it. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Hope to see you here. Anyways, chat, enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.